All right. Somebody pressed the broadcast button.
I just did.
Did we catch the best fast line ever?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay. Hi, everybody. Hopefully you can hear us this time. I understand that last time, so through no fault of my own personal issue, spoiler alert, it was me.
It was Jordan's fault for not telling us. I thought we all decided that.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, let's put this on the viewers, clearly.
No, I'm not.
Absolutely. It's never our fault.
So tonight we are going to be playing Bloody Marys, courtesy of all of the vodka left in my house, and I guess some tomato juice or something. Monster of the week. We have 5-6 of the full crew here, which is probably going to be the standard we run with as many people as we have, because it's monsters of the week, and the hunters are disposable because they're all going to die. I don't know if you know this, but that's how Monster of the Week ends when Murdo was going to say.
I prefer the term interchangeable cogs. Thank you.
This monstrous machine. Anyway, so let's introduce people. Zach is currently away from his keyboard, so we'll start with him. Hi, everybody. I'm Zach. I'm playing Church. Last week, Church almost died. I've got a bodega cat.
All of this is true. Fantastic. All my video is frozen. But I'm still moving, and so that's the important part.
You got me midway through a drink, and
Good.
Aaron went midway through a laugh, so really it's accurate.
Yep. And my name is Andrew Otway, and tonight I will be playing the role of Mr. Scrufflebutt, but also importantly, I am brought to you by Sesame Snaps, because they are delicious.
You said
I don't
butt
know what those
toy.
are. Can I have some?
I mean, I would love to fax them to Louisiana, but I'm also just going to hard refresh this window because apparently Roll20's just decided not to do anything.
Okay. Oh, I'm next, huh?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, I'm Aaron. I'll be playing the part of Gwen, the professional who got a promotion last session. And a grenade launcher. I've already had that one, but
Were you there last session?
no.
No, that was the one before.
That was the session
We weren't
before.
running around without Gwen and the rocket launcher or
I was-
any of her stuff.
And what did we learn?
I think we established that it's a grenade launcher.
I was going
that's right.
through
I
all of
apologize.
my-
I forgot about that.
I had to go through my mandatory onboarding classes before I was able to go out into the field with my new position. So I apologize for the delay, but now I am here to save the day.
Did you fill out paperwork for everyone?
In triplicate.
Make sure you get those RJ45 forms.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was Order 66.
No, those have to be filled out in Sumerian. The RJ45 have to be filled out backwards Latin, and I think it's the PT17 have to have a blood sample on each page for some reason.
If there were 4 more of me, then we would definitely need the RJ45 because that would make it Cat 5. Boom, got there.
There you go. Gary, save us with your sword chucks.
Hi, I'm Adam. I'll be playing Gary the Chosen One today. And as far as any viewer knows, I killed everything last session, and that's all that's happened.
I thought
Is last session a lost episode?
Yes.
We have
Yes,
no
it
proof
is.
of anything that happened.
I was in it too, and that's when I got to.
We have
fire
video.
2 grenade launchers.
We have video
while
of it.
screaming, ah.
Yeah, there's video.
Yeah, we
I
have
really
video
like-
and like a 5-minute recap of everything that
Mhm.
happened.
Hold on, I'm just
I
going to go
really
log
like
into
the
that
idea
page real quick.
of our absent party members going back and doing it like bad lip reading silent movie
Oh,
style.
that'd be amazing.
It would be.
Some of us have pop
Sure
filters that
sound
make it very
amazing
difficult.
because he was.
Oh, man.
I think I'm the only one left, huh?
Yep.
I'm Renee, and I'm playing Marjorie the Initiate. I like books. I have a love-hate relationship with Church because he kills things, but also books. Cat is strange. Yeah. There you go.
Excellent. Thank you all very much. I would like to remind everyone that the GMs are not supposed to read chat, even if it's like up twice, both in the window with Twitch to your right and the main window right in front of you. Still don't read chat. Last week, we had an adventure. That adventure was summarized at the end of last week's broadcast session because I failed to do the thing where we record stuff properly. So there's that. Who wants to lead us in what happened last time?
I do. No.
Nothing important.
I barely
Church
remember.
fought the devil, you guys. Fought the devil.
We got our
It
asses
happened.
almost killed, all of us.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
There was
We were in
one.
real bad shape.
There was one real retcon where Church temporarily died and then undied because Renee's character
Because I'm so cool.
walked to the past. Yeah.
Yeah, I got I blew 1 point of luck to not die 2 damage, and then Marge saved me in the past tense with some divination.
Mhm.
It's
So-
pretty amazing. But yeah, that's what happens when you go toe to toe with the devil as like a septuagenarian with no combat skills.
Right?
So, yeah, basically,
Or
real
cat.
quick, the agency sent us back out in the field because there was a third doctor that or instructor, professor, I don't know if it's doctorate or whatever, but anyways, was still unaccounted for. Went to her office. Office was trashed because she wanted to prevent, what was the wizard's name?
Guy who
Remember.
steals old books.
Book guy.
That's his name.
Drake.
Drake from
Mhm.
finding
Right,
all of her
right,
research. I think Renee walked out with a fancy book from her office still, though.
And also a scary statue. But that was
yes.
later.
Yeah,
That was
that's
later.
definitely not going to be trouble later.
Yeah. We did something to find out that the doctor was in trouble from the wizard. Church teleported over there. We drove over there. David fought with some farmers to keep him away from the scene of crime. We went down.
And what
the
happened to the
basement.
farmers?
One of them
that's
turned
later.
out to be a plant. Not
Yeah.
a literal plant, but a metaphorical one.
So we went down to the basement of the barn, fought the wizard who was actually the devil, and got
I love that you had to clarify that.
I think Renee's broken.
It's Zach's fault.
I really like that the farmer was a plant. Actually, that was really well done.
we now have a ritual we need to use that's going to take us like 7 people with a week's worth of casting time to seal the devil away because we only temporarily beat him.
Yeah, and Church is laid up in the hospital because he got wrecked real bad.
All of
Everybody
us-
else got
all of us
hurt
got
pretty
wrecked.
bad.
No, we're all past
The
I think,
3
the bleeding
harm.
stage, the unstable stage.
I'm not.
I'm fine.
I only have 3 harm.
Really, I
As far
thought
as
everyone
I'm-
took a lot more than that.
I'm
I
okay
don't
too.
remember why that happened.
You
It was a
didn't.
healing something. Like,
yeah,
I
you
was
picked up-
unstable, but now I'm not. And I don't remember what happened.
had some magic. Oh, I healed you. I think at one point.
Yes. I think so.
That happened. Yeah.
And and then we burnt the barn down and everything in it because
Except
the
that's creepy
farmer's
upset.
wife shot her husband in the back of the head, and then I think David shot her or something, or someone shot her.
Wow.
You,
It's
you
kind of
leave the
schizophrenic, huh?
flake alone for 1 session, and he's murdering farmers' wives.
Shotguns.
She's
Actually.
gonna shoot someone else.
Yeah, there was a minute there where so the devil offered anyone to turn on each other
Mhm.
in exchange for unlimited power.
Mm.
Did you offer them a devil's bargain? Is that what you're
What's
saying?
No, I think that's
No.
like the breath of fire thing.
Yeah, it's a literal thing that if you agree and you accept the devil's bargain, so to speak, you get a move from a playbook of your choice.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, I'll
you
do that.
merely have to interfere with the devil and do what he wants you to do. So, like, he offered Church the limited power, basically, to simply walk away. If you would walk away, the devil would grant him a wish.
Don't play that. So he got almost dead, or actually dead twice instead.
Wish the level 9 spell.
Effectively.
Okay.
the big thing was that, as I mentioned, Marjorie found the information that a ritual needed to effectively begin the banishing of the devil, spell to cast out the devil. And it takes 7 people in a week. And you don't know what it does, but if it does what it says on the tin, it means that the devil will become untethered from its host.
That doesn't sound like an improvement.
Well, you also have a magical bodega cat, and I'm not sure what that does against,
I have a 5 demon bag, and maybe we could upgrade.
Right. So we open our scene tonight on a hospital room. I believe that church got real wrecked.
Real wrecked. Yeah. Super wrecked.
So did Gary.
I'm doing that thing where cats like need the surface of something before like circling a couple times and then settling down. Except it's your belly.
Yeah, they're making happy biscuits.
But yeah, there's a warm cat on your stomach.
So
I'm
Church,
sure
your
the
eyes
love
flooded
that.
up. And there's something unusual about this hospital room. What is it?
I paid an orderly to spray paint a bunch of like sigils on the wall. They were then fired, but I paid them fairly well. So
Nice. And Mr. Scrufflebutt has teleported into the scene and is. Are you helping out Church or Gary?
I am absolutely resting. Ooh, shit.
wow, that is a tough call.
No, I'm on Gary's lap.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Church is stable in this moment, and if something moves against them, then Church is the priority. But no, I'm on Gary's lap.
But what if Church's like protection sigils on the wall kept you from teleporting in? What if that happened?
I mean, I went for Gary anyways.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Gary, you're not in the same room as Church. Why is that?
I asked for a separate room. I'm tired of listening to his old stories.
Is Gary in the pediatric ward? Wow. Well, isn't pediatric just like under? How old is Gary?
He's in high school or college. I can't remember what I said. I think it was like late high school.
I thought he was under 18, which I thought was like technically pediatrics. I don't know how. I thought that was still you're 18. I don't know. I'm bad at doctors.
I think there's probably some.
I've never had a child old enough to need to worry about that.
All of my children still go to the pediatrics.
Yep.
Okay. So your requests are different, right?
Apparently, the American Association of Pediatrics, American Academy of Pediatrics, recommends people be under pediatric care until the age of 21.
What up?
There you go.
What up?
Wow.
I
mean, I went to the pediatric dentist till I was in college. So
Jordan has a good idea, actually. Gary's in the ICU getting treated for that burn.
Oh.
Yes, Gary. While you've been in pediatrics, you've caught the attention of. I'm sorry, I have to stop and talk to Aaron now.
It was... Please continue.
Yeah. Okay.
Moving right along.
I was on camera. I'm sorry. There was a bug.
Right.
I'm embarrassed.
You channeled the cat dimension for a minute there. Don't be embarrassed. Just tell us how you got that combo. All right.
Jordan just said, "What is happening?"
All right, Marjorie, excuse me. You have 2d6 to roll. Let's go ahead and start with that.
Okay. Oof.
All right.
That was dumb.
On a miss, they'll ask you to do something bad.
Are we doing opening moves? Because I have one as well.
No, I'm just I'm kind of weaving this into the opening, like the first 2 minutes of an TV episode before the credits. You kind of
The
do
cold
establishing
open?
shots. Yeah, the cold open.
Makes sense.
Last time we were cold opening on someone getting tortured. I think this time it's recovery. So Marjorie, you have in your backpack something. What's in your other gear section there?
What I have?
That's all right. I wrote it down in your gear section.
Too many things. Let's see.
Never gave her that book that you picked up either.
Yeah,
So-
book. Oh, what do I have in gear? Crossbow, silver knife, revolver, screwdriver,
Alcoholic or metallic?
metallic,
Okay.
tool-esque screwdriver, handyman. Tool.
So you've got a book that you recovered from a couple sessions ago,
Yes,
which
the book.
I've phrased Liber Chaotica, and
Yeah.
you've got a statue that you found.
Creepy statue.
Yeah, the creepy statue, which we've called the Pazuzu statue.
Right.
Excuse me. Your cult, sect. They don't like to be called a cult specifically.
Yes, sect.
In the morgue of the hospital, there is a dead body that has been recovered from the incident at the farm, and it's the body of the woman.
Okay.
I don't know if you all remember, but she kept knitting herself back together.
Yes.
Even after you shot her in the head, all the blood.
Yes.
And
flowing
set her
back
on
into the
fire?
corpse. And set her on fire.
So that,
Yes.
yes.
You Rasputin the lady and she was cool with it?
This was the lady who shot her husband in the head in order for demonic powers.
Right.
They are real curious about that. So they would like you to break into the morgue, steal the corpse, and effectively send it their way.
Huh. Good thing I have a screwdriver.
So the cold open is your journal flashing with the direct message light, and getting that request from your sect.
Okay.
And finally, Gwen, you've got some paperwork in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of it is there are 3 pieces of paper. There's 3 little booklets of information.
Mhm.
The first one is an after action report of what happened during your brief away from them, which includes a lot of red ink, specifically things that went wrong,
Okay.
entities that were not contained or destroyed, and a phrase that says possible breach ? The second is a request for an update from headquarters in Chicago, the developing situation in Algonquin Falls, and they just want their newest agent to provide them an honest assessment of the developing situation.
Our team is beginning to work more cohesively, and though we have had a few setbacks or stumbling points, I am confident that we are more than capable to handle the task that is set in front of us.
Church, roll me 2d6.
Trap.
Could have gone worse.
Yeah, no, it's not bad.
Okay, that's for hold for you. And Gary, I believe I need 2d6 from you as well.
Oh, for Destiny's plaything.
Yeah.
I think it makes you Destiny's Child if you're in the
I will
pediatrics ward.
Never
Nice.
pass that roll.
Okay.
So the
Ugh.
cat shivers on your
XP,
belly.
man. Free XPs. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Gwen, the third piece of paper is a autopsy report.
Mm-hmm.
On Gary. Wait.
On Gary. And it says the Chicago office found this from the future.
Excuse me?
There's a little sticky note on it that says the Chicago office got this from one day in the future. Thought you should know.
Oh. Well.
And this is like a manila folder with a sticky note on it written in this blue flowy handwriting. And the other ones are on official Venatorium Morum letterhead.
Um.
And it's like mixed in, like it doesn't seem supposed to be there, but yet it is anyways.
I'm gonna put this away, or like hide it.
Eat it.
She's gonna get the mission debrief, and put that in like one of those medical sinks that's deep in metal. And also, does the autopsy have the cause of death written down for Gary?
Yes, the cause of death is
Massive trauma.
death due to cardiac failure.
Okay.
That's legalese for they died.
Okay. I'm gonna throw that in the sink also, and I'm gonna pull out my agency lighter and light the thing on fire and let it all burn in the sink.
Does your agency lighter actually like burn at thermite temperatures, or is it just regular lighter?
It's weird. Like it's a barely visible fire that can like eat through paper very, very quickly.
You have like funky near magical stuff from them, right? So does it just find like the burning temperature? And it just whatever you hold it up to, it finds that burning temperature.
That'd be cool. The spectrum analyzer /
think that'd be
incinerator. God damn it, Andrew!
It's like a multi-purpose butane torch.
Yeah.
You can there's like a real fine setting where you can burn redact words out of documents. All right. Cold open complete. Gwen, you have a so that's we close the cold open on Gwen burning documents at the sink. We go to our theme music, which I don't know what we have. What is our theme music? It's like something
It's probably something by the Handsome Family, or like maybe Leonard Cohen.
Nope.
Handsome Family is the one that did the season 1 open for True Detective.
Never watched it.
What?
I've never heard of it either.
What?
Never watched it.
True Detective? Season
what's
1?
You should. The first season is amazing.
It's really good. Mike, you would like this. Like, you would... True Detective. Like, it was Woody Harrelson and Matthew McConaughey? No.
Never heard of it.
It's very cool.
That sounds awesome. All right, Leonard Cohen was an instant win. You Want It Darker,
Yeah.
I think will be our opening.
I mean, if it's church, it's I'm Your Man.
But this is great because like I can imagine like this cool like this dark soundtrack with You Want It Darker, and like each character gets a shot with their name and like the actor playing them.
It's
And the last
Scrufflebutt the
one-
cat as Scrufflebutt the cat.
Right, as himself, right? But the cat is like all severe and like looks over his shoulder.
Oh, this
I'm
is the
imagining
dude
the
who
dog
sounds
from
like the
Frasier, actually.
devil.
Leonard Cohen is, yes.
Hmm.
Yeah.
He scares me. 'Cause He
Scared.
sounds like the devil.
Okay, so then we cut to Aaron in a car, or Gwen in a car. She's in your old the agency issued and souped out Escalade,
Mhm.
and you're going somewhere.
All of us together, or just me?
That's up to you. Do you want to have is the next scene on your way to solving a mystery, or is the next scene on your way to the hospital to deal with the thing?
Maybe to regroup with everybody, since I had to come from elsewhere. Maybe this is me trying to figure out where the hell this hospital is and go there.
Okay. So you get to the hospital, and you walk in the front desk, and you walk in through the ER entrance, and it's all the normal stuff. Or it seems like this ER is exceptionally busy, and it's not like all that. This is the ER for Algonquin Falls. This is the main feeder hospital for that little sleepy community, and it is the sort of busy that a place on the Atlantic seaboard gets when there's a particularly heavy snowfall, which is to say there are people in the waiting room with visible, painful, possibly
Wounds.
life-threatening injuries, and they are waiting because there are people worse off getting handled.
Oh.
I mean, there's probably someone who was on a ski-doo and it went through the ice on a lake.
And actually, there are 2 inches of snow on the ground.
That it?
And that's unusual because yesterday it was 72 degrees.
I assume I know like where they are in the ER or ICU or whatever.
I think that your magical bureaucracy powers just tells you.
Okay. I'm just gonna walk right past like any of the, little sign-in checkpoints and just go on about my business.
No one stops you.
Yeah. Figure they're too busy.
So it doesn't take you long to get to Church's room, and the first thing you notice is that there is a janitor at the end of. There's a janitor washing the floor in front of Church's door, and that automatically triggers your bureaucratic danger sense, because what is the janitor? Why are janitors outside Church's doors? It's never a good sign.
Also, this hospital is a shit pile. Nobody ever washes the floor. I'm just gonna say, excuse me, sir, my father's in there and I need to get in to see him.
Oh, yeah, sorry, ma'am. Your father?
Yes.
What did you say his name was?
Do I need to check in with the janitorial services now? Is that how Algonquin Falls ER does things?
I mean, it would be nice.
It would be, but my father is in the hospital, so I'm not really in a nice state of mind right now, unfortunately. Now, I'm just gonna go on through, and you can go about your circular motions.
Okay, lady. He moves aside and lets you walk on the obviously slopey floor in order to get into the church zone.
Okay. I go in and see what the hell's going on.
Church is...
Sorry, am I awake?
Yeah, you're mad, and your room is filled with runes.
And I'm like, I can't find any... there's 4 channels on this television, and none of them will show me the races, so I'm really...
And you have no guns. Right, your non-gun stuff is just out of reach, and you seem to be covered in various bits of medical equipment that prevents you from leaving.
That seems super lame. I will start pulling it off because I don't need this crap.
Okay.
And reach for a bottle.
There is now beeping.
Awesome. I will double my pace. By the way, have I healed at all, or am I just not unstable?
So we are picking up at the hospital. You've healed. You are... How much harm did you have?
I had 6.
Okay. We're going to knock you down to 2. So go ahead and heal 4 across the board for everybody.
Nice.
But write down someone in your character sheet. The stab wound, just all capitalized, because you got pretty much impaled by that demon spear.
Yep.
Right.
Can list that as other gear. My satanic stab wound.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got wrecked pretty hard by that spear. Okay, cool. Then yeah, I'll start pulling stuff out of me. As soon as Gwen walks through the door, I'm like, finally, great, we can go. And I'll start pulling stuff out of my arms and sensors off my body and get ready to roll out of bed.
Beeping begins. Aaron?
Go by the wall and unplug it from the outlet.
Okay.
Solid call.
Oops, I unplugged your life support machine.
That's good thinking. I like where your head's at.
On top of my neck. Okay. I read the report. But what the hell happened?
Oh, and like at this point I'm like trying to decide whether I want to take off the hospital gown to put on my jacket or not.
She turns around to face the door.
And I'll like sigh in appreciation for protecting my modesty. And then go about dressing myself. Yeah, we fought the devil. It's real bad. We got to go back. We should collect Gary because he's here somewhere.
Oh, I guess I'll just wait until we are all in the same room. I've got some news that hasn't happened yet about Gary.
Oh, great! I remember those. As I'm like pulling on one of my boots.
Yeah, it's kind of a mind screw. Because like, okay, if they give you this info and then you try to change it, but then it happens anyway, did it only happen because you tried to change it? You know?
Look, kid, you're overthinking it. The real question here is: are there lotto numbers?
No, it was a coroner's report.
It's way less useful. Okay, for who?
But
shaking my jacket
for Gary? Did you?
Okay, I wouldn't worry about that too much then. It's probably gonna be fine.
But
Gary, in the hospital room, you are currently being tended to by a nurse that's flicking a syringe and then puts it into your IV and is smiling sweetly at you.
That's bad.
Does she notice me at all? Because I imagine
Nope.
okay, because I'm like
Nope.
purring and rolling around on my back on Gary's stomach.
No, if the nurse notices you, she makes no sign whatsoever of it.
Kitty wants belly shots.
Taking shots to her first seems like a bad idea. All the alcohol's gonna. Sorry, what you were saying?
Nothing. A nurse is giving me medicine. I mean,
yeah, that's totally normal for Gary.
I'm kind of curious how all my defenses, how they could get the IV in the first place, or if I just held the IV pretending that it's in, because I don't know if the natural armor would prevent me from getting a shot.
No.
Okay.
No, natural armor doesn't fit you getting a shot. Like, think of it more like you're not Colossus
Or Luke Cage.
Right, you're not a Colossus Luke Cage. You're like Denny Rand.
You're harder to hit.
Right.
You're not divinely protected because you're the chosen one.
Right.
Okay. I mean, if the cat's not going to do anything, we could just teleport over because I have that ability now, apparently.
Wait, did you take angel wings?
Well, I have. So we determined. Apparently, last session, Church started like seriously leaning on magic pretty hard.
Okay.
And one of the things that we did with it, how I teleported over to the devil, was with my man with the plan power,
right,
or skill, that let me spin my hold to be where I want to be when I need to be there, or where I need to be when I need to be there. So I could theoretically like go over, stop the nurse. Need to? if the cat's not going to step up. But I think maybe we'll just let Gary get poisoned. It'll probably be fine.
I don't think he's about to be poisoned, but
As I was telling Gwen before we got cut off, like these chosen ones, they die all the time, like literally all the time. It's fine.
But another one takes your place.
shit, sometimes they turn out to be cats.
It's true.
All right, Scrufflebutt, Gary, Church, Aaron. Are we letting Gary get his medicine?
Is it actually
No.
okay? Like I don't know. Do I detect any like harmful intent here, or
Do you?
oh boy, I have -1 in sharp, so I'm just gonna preemptively say no. But I'm happy to roll dice to that effect too.
God damn it.
That is up to you.
I can zap myself over there and be like, okay, like Gwen and I will be having the conversation about how he dies, and like, well, crap, that's the thing that they do at a hospital. We should go deal with that.
I mean, yeah. Let's see if I can find. Okay, I'll see if I notice anything funky, and when I fail,
I could try rolling a help for you if you want. That would maybe negate the -1 at least.
yeah.
Are you conscious enough to ask her what the medicine is? Maybe that'll help if she tries to lie about it.
Sure. Yeah. So what am I getting now? I thought I was done being treated and just hanging out until I feel better.
This is a broad spectrum antibiotic to deal with the fact that you had some. I think the technical word is super icky stuff in your wounds.
Great.
You're so good at this.
So,
And she smiles and hands you a lollipop.
so
Wow.
what does fucking up this hard on help mean?
On a miss, you expose yourself to trouble or danger without helping.
That's the thing
Scruffle.
we're trying to prevent.
It's basically I take the negative side of help out without giving you a bonus.
Oh, good. All right, let's see how sharp I'm not. Oh, I'm even less sharp.
Wow. Okay.
Don't forget to mark XP.
Yep.
All
I
right, so
uncheck
that-
them and choose an improvement option.
So you were rolling to read a bad situation?
Yeah. And I'm also going to take lay on hands for no reason whatsoever.
It should be fine.
Um,
On pause.
No, see, I lay on someone else's hands when they're trying to type on a keyboard.
It's actually lay on chest.
Yeah.
you don't think that anything bad is happening here?
Yeah, no,
You
this
see
all
no-
seems
you see
legit.
no reason to intervene.
Yeah, no, this all seems super legit, and I'm just rolling around on, my intended's chest. It's fine, this is great.
This is
All
a
right,
place where
Church-
humans
Try not
take
to
care of other
sneeze.
humans.
Church and Gwen, what are you doing?
I'm looking to Scrufflebutt because he's
Are you
some
here?
magic cat.
Did you magically port into the room?
Oh no. I guess Church and Gwen are probably
We
looking.
were gonna go
for-
check on Gary anyway, so yeah.
Let's get the rest of the group together and get the hell out of here. I don't like hospitals.
You come back to Gary's room, and Gary has just been finished. That's the moment after somebody gets a shot where they put like a band-aid on. Okay, now hold here. All right, good. All right, now don't lift anything heavy for like an hour.
And the cat's just purring away.
And then she drops the syringe in the sharp container. Oh, hi. Are you here to see your friends?
Yes. What? What was that?
Oh, it's just a broad spectrum antibiotic to deal with all the, questionable stuff that he got in him during his accident.
Would I have like former operative knowledge enough to know whether broad spectrum antibiotic is something they give you just before they send you out of the hospital?
Do you?
I don't know. Investigate something?
Sure. Or if you want to, you could roll weird if you want to magically know.
Well, my investigate now has a magical component as well, so let's roll
Okay.
sharp.
Oh, hey, competence arrived.
That's what I'm here for. That's what I do. That and almost die. Okay, questions. I have questions. Where's my moves at? There we are.
Read about situation 105.
Probably, yeah. It's either read about situation or investigate a mystery.
We're not really at the mystery stage yet. We're just at a bad situation.
Cool. Are there any dangers we haven't noticed yet?
Yes.
They are?
That's fine.
It just says, you just said, are there any dangers? I'm sorry. Yeah.
That's so fucked.
That janitor totally did not belong here, and you should not have just walked by him.
Shit. Gwen, check the hallway. Take your gun.
I've always. What am I looking for?
What? Sorry.
What am I looking for?
Say again.
What am I looking for?
No, Zach.
Oh,
You're looking for the janitor.
the one I passed to go into your room? Okay.
Okay, second question. What's the best way to protect the victims? Assuming I'm talking about
Hold on to that.
and or what's his face.
Gwen, do you go into the hallway?
Yes, with like a hand close to concealed holster.
Describing great detail exactly what happens from the point you open the door.
I open it just a little bit and kind of poke my head out where I can get a read on the situation.
There doesn't appear to be anyone in your line of sight.
Okay.
Didn't the nurse just leave?
No, I think she's still in the room.
I'm going to open the door wider and look further into the hallway.
The janitor appears to be gone and didn't seem to finish cleaning up the soapy water.
Is there still nobody in the hallway?
There's no one in the hallway. It is empty.
Okay, I'm going to open the door slightly more to where I can look both ways down the hallway as far as I can see. Are there any people?
The nurse's station is empty. There are no people.
Okay, well, what I'm going to do
Is there like a phone off the hook somewhere?
Yes.
Okay.
And you can hear
The
someone talking on the other
lights are
side.
kind of flickering at various points in the hallway.
Well, the phone's doing that.
So I am slamming this door shut. I'm going to toss Church my pistol, and I'm pulling out the hunting rifle.
I'm still purring
Lock and
away,
load.
playing with that lollipop on Gary's
Lady,
chest.
you're still here, and literally no one else aside from us is. So I'm going to need you to explain what has happened.
Renee, downstairs,
One-handed all. Sorry.
Marjorie
Go ahead.
has just unlocked the door to the morgue and slowly closes it behind her, assuming that you're going to go through with the... Well, are you going to go through with the stealing the body for your sect thing?
That sounded totally different from what it actually
For your sex
For your sex
act.
thing. Yeah.
Little did Marjorie know. Yes, I am going to steal the body. I mean, it's a dead body, and
Nobody's gonna miss it.
And the
worry
second
about
is
what they're
your
doing
dream
with it
body.
later.
So yeah, you just picked the lock. You've opened the door into the morgue, and it is the stereotypical horror movie morgue where there is no one around. It seems to be cold in here. There's a vague smell of formaldehyde. There's no like errant brains left out on a weight measuring scale, but in your mind's eye there is.
Okay, this is fine.
You actually go and put a brain on a scale just for better ambiance.
Right, just find an organ, lay it there, because why not? Okay, so I'm going to look around. Is the body still out on a table, or has it been put into a drawer already?
The entire place is immaculately clean. All stainless steel surfaces are gleaming. All scales are brain free, and all body holders that they have in the morgue, I don't know what those are called. Corpse ovens, corpse refrigerators,
Refrigerators, drawers, body
corpse drawers. We're gonna go with corpse drawers. All the corpse drawers are closed and dealt with.
Okay.
Is there polka music playing in one corner?
Dead
Quietly?
drawer. No, shush, shush, shush. Okay, so I'm gonna start from the upper left-hand side and open drawers until I find this body I'm supposed to steal. Wow.
That was
Wow. Uncalled for.
This is what happens when Andrew makes a Dresden File reference.
Yeah, so after a few minutes, and it's not that long. You only have to open a half dozen drawers or so before you find this body. But it seems like after every time you open the drawer, you just open the next one and the next one and the next one, and they're not labeled on the outside. You got to open it up and look at the tag, and some of them aren't even in bags yet. And honestly, this whole process just seems to drag on and on and on. And the TV show, we get a lot of cuts: open drawer, look, close; open drawer, look, close; open drawer, look, close. And finally, to find the one you want, and it just says Jane Doe.
So I'm going to pull out the drawer and oof. All right, so I'm gonna pull out the drawer and look around to try and see. I'm gonna need some kind of gurney. I don't like this job. So, I'm gonna make sarcastic remarks about it a lot while looking for a gurney.
There's a gurney close at hand, almost like it was meant for you.
Oh,
What?
good.
Wait,
That's a good
that
sign. That's super great. Super great. All right, so I'm gonna pull it over, and I'm pretty sure something's gonna go horrifically wrong. And I'm going to put it next to the drawer and move the shoulders over and the feet over and put this creepy dead body that really, I'll be honest, I'm not sure is dead onto this gurney. And then I need to find some kind of doctor clothes or hospital disguise.
All right, toss me sharp.
Good, okay. Stop it, Discord.
Yeah, just wait going up.
Shh. Oh, this is gonna go great.
So you don't have any problem finding the doctor scrubs. In fact, they're just kind of they're the one thing that's not that's draped over a chair. It's not perfectly cleaned up, sort of thing. And the other thing that you grab the corpse and you load it onto the gurney, and you start wheeling it out of the morgue, and you're going about your business, and you're about halfway down the hall when you realize that no one's there to stop you, and you hear in the quiet distance some polka music playing that trails off as you get farther and farther away from the morgue. As you're pushing the gurney down the hall, you press the button for the elevator. For a moment, the button doesn't light up, and there's all the lights flash briefly, the power, the hospital power, went on and off again. And then the elevator doors open, and you push the gurney into the elevator, and that's when you realize that this body is head and shoulders above where Diane Stanley was. That is to say, last time y'all blew the head off this corpse. This corpse has a head.
I'm really not surprised. I'm really not surprised by this development. And so at this point in time, I am going to make sure that I'm armed, and I'm going to stand in the corner with my back against the corner while I wait for this elevator to quickly get me where I'm supposed to go. Also, I feel like I need assistance of some kind. Crap. So I need to figure out who I need to ask for help.
If only you had a cat signal.
Cat signal. It's just a laser pointer.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Do I know? I mean, I assume that I know I know where church is.
Yeah, you know that everybody's in the hospital, and you have like Aaron's number. Not Aaron, Gwen.
You possibly have my metaphysical number because you summoned me.
This is true. That did happen once.
Okay, so I'm going to adjust. I'm going to adjust my plan to head toward Church's the general vicinity of Church's room, where I think everyone is, and I'm going to text Gwen and tell her that the body that we beheaded now has a head. Just don't worry about why I know that, but I might have it, and it might have a head. It's no big deal. It's fine. Don't worry about why I have the body from the morgue. And also be sending thoughts towards the cat, because why is there a magical cat? But nevertheless, the magical cat's helpful.
I mean, if you summoned me, you're why there's a magical cat.
Well,
Also-
you know, I just can't. I'm still having trouble getting my brain around the magical cat. The whole thing there, but it's fine.
It makes perfect sense. We have magical used books lady. We have magical cat.
I have this thing about cats in general, and it just, but it's whatever. I'm just going to complain about it a lot because it's not going the way that I'd planned.
So you send me that, and then you get a quick blast of emojis back. There's a hospital, and then a ghost, and then there's a gun, and somebody looks like a lady wearing a suit, and then there's a cat, and two dudes, and there's a bed, and then there's like a lady in a nurse's outfit, and an explosion behind.
I really, really hope that like 80% of your government official paperwork is just filled out in emoji.
I'm going to just roll my eyes so hard.
As you finish rolling your eyes, the elevator shakes. There's a low rumbling sound from off screen. The elevator shakes. It feels like it drops about a foot before it screeches to a halt. The lights flicker out, and then they flicker on like with emergency lighting, and the body bag sits up.
Fuck.
Gwen, you were saying something to the nurse about nobody being in the hall?
I said basically there's nobody else but us in this hospital. Explain what the hell is going on.
That's not possible. We have to be monitoring the nurse's station. There are several people in the ICU. She pushes by you and opens the door.
No.
No what?
No, that doesn't happen.
I roll to resist.
She moves to push by you and open the door.
That sounds like you're resisting with prowess.
I hold the gun sideways and like act as a barricade and like firmly push back. I say, No, you must have misunderstood. Until you can tell me what is happening in here, you're not going anywhere.
I'm pretty sure she's legit, and no one else in this hospital, or like everyone else in the hospital who was legit, has been removed.
She taps on her name tag and she says, "My name's Nurse Buck. You are going to get out of my way so that I can help the other people in this hospital, or there's going to be a problem."
My name, and I open my badge and show it to her, is Agent Campbell, and I work for a shadowy government organization, and you're going to cooperate, or I'm going to force you to cooperate.
I'm gonna hop on. I'm gonna like start circling between Gwen's legs and purring, and I'm gonna use soothe to just calm her the shit down.
Roll soothe.
I think it just happens.
Okay. So you're soothing Gwen and not Nurse Buck?
Well, I mean, when you talk to someone for a few seconds in a quiet voice, you can calm them down. So I mean, ideally both of them.
You're trying to calm them both down?
Yeah.
Okay. Nurse Buck takes a deep breath and she says, "Look, Gwen, I appreciate where you're coming from. This is Algonquin Falls. We're familiar with shadowy government organizations, but people will die. People will die unless I can help them. You're standing between me and helping people, and I can't let that happen."
You will die if you go in the hallway.
Does she seem legit?
Ow.
Where did everybody else go?
That's what we need to find out.
You need to stay in here. I'm with a shadowy government organization. That's what I do. You save people, and you can't do it if you're dead or in another dimension or turned inside out or decapitated and then recapitated. And just, there's so many things that can go wrong. If you...
But I have to try.
This is my first day, and I would really rather not have an entire hospital full of people die on my first day. So if
I'm
you
just
could just
one
like, work
person.
with me, please. Yes.
Worst case scenario, it's just one person.
No. Worst case scenario, if I save you, an entire hospital full of people minus one died.
Gwen, what could go wrong?
Literally everything that I just said.
I'm probably like angling my head towards the door for Church to like do something.
Church,
does she
what are you
seem
doing?
legit? Does she seem legit in her like is this a person that's being straight up with Gwen right now? Or...
She's legit. And then when she stabs Gary in the back in 4 scenes, we can all act surprised.
Yeah, I think yeah. So I'm in the background, kind of like helping Gary out of the bed with the hand that's not holding the gun.
Hey, Gary, are your sword chucks under the pillow?
Probably. I mean, they're just always there. I tried to get rid of them, and they just keep on coming back. So,
Church, you notice
find
Gary's
the
sword
weirdest
chucks,
place.
presumably with jealousy.
Guys, Marge says a corpse got back up that you guys already cut the head off of. What are we doing?
No, we didn't cut. Okay, never mind. It's a pointless distinction.
She's decapitated, is what I'm saying. You need to move.
Okay. And Church will just like push past Gwen into the hallway.
All right, describe to me in great detail what happens.
I lift the barrel of the rifle that Gwen is holding, duck under it, open the door, the hallway, looking left and right to see what's going on.
You cut out. There was a crucial couple words in there that I wanted to get.
I open the door, walk out, and just look left and right, up and down the hallway to see what's there.
You have something held, right?
I have the ability to be where I need to be, when I need to be there, with what I need to have.
Okay, because you've got preparedness.
Preparedness and the man with the plan. So I have all sorts of stuff if I need it.
Okay. You step into the hallway, and as you're putting your foot down into what should be soapy liquid, it's not. It is definitely incredibly tacky, sticky, gritty substance. And as you compress it, you suddenly realize that this stuff is probably going to explode, or something future badness is about to occur.
Okay. That seems super bad.
Gwen, did you want to chime in with something?
I just read one of my abilities. It's battlefield awareness, and it says you always know what's happening around you and what to watch out for.
So you shout, or like, yeah, you see that the outside of your floor has been painted with thermite.
Oh, Jesus.
That's really problematic.
That's a thorough janitor.
And Church just stepped in it.
Well, I mean, I can just get Church and I out of here. The problem is everyone else.
Right? It's fine.
Yeah.
So, do you teleport Church?
Scrufflebutt, take him somewhere, make him take his shoes off, then bring him back in the room.
Oh man, we're gonna die hard this hospital.
I need to know right now.
Yes.
Okay.
Am I gonna have no shoes this
And the
whole
hallway
time?
explodes.
The what now?
You remove Church from the scene, and the hallway explodes. Like there's a big old ball of fire, and that cheesy sci-fi effect, like as it rolls down the hallway. And then we flip back to Marjorie as the elevator shakes.
I think I brought him to Marjorie.
Excellent.
And if possible, like without that one shoe.
I like it. We'll have to remember that.
And so just suddenly, like, we're in this tiny elevator with the emergency lights on, and Church is missing a shoe.
Just one boot.
Just the one shoe that was stepped in the thermite. It's gone now. Which is it, left or right?
We're gonna say it's my right boot. My right boot is gone.
Okay, so you weren't a marching band boy.
You teleport between Marjorie and a corpse sitting up on a gurney, and there is a gun trained in you.
By Marjorie, is Marjorie pointing a gun at us?
I believe so. Marjorie,
Okay.
you were about to shoot the corpse?
I'm not. Okay, so like I'm waiting for something else to happen before I start shooting because it's
Zot.
an elevator and shooting in an elevator is really terrible. But that corpse is not going to touch me. Just saying.
Well, a meat
I'm not
shield has
waiting.
just arrived between you and corpse.
Waiting for shooting. I am shooting. If there's a body bag sitting up on a gurney, I am shooting that thing in the head.
And that's fine because your angle will not cause a ricochet towards me. But if I shoot it and it ricochets, I will shoot me. So.
Okay.
You know,
All right.
I'm using my bare knowledge of mathematics to try and save my life here.
There's no need to roll. You fill the
All right.
body bag with holes, and it falls down.
Nice. I set it on fire? Set it on fire? Does someone stop me?
Describe how.
You're gonna set off all of the sprinkler systems in this hospital.
That's probably
I
a
imagine
good
this-
thing, actually, at this point.
Since we've established that Church has magic, I imagine he just like uses his thumb like a lighter, like a flip out Zippo lighter, just like starts pushing it towards things.
We just gotta hope that they don't have any, like, sodium mops to go with the thermite mops, because if we set off the fire, if we set off the sprinkler system at that point, that could get messy, but...
Probably smoking by this point anyway, if they were mopping with it. So I doubt they went that far, that deep.
You would also
I feel
presumably
like
know
they-
that fire doesn't help
Yeah.
because we've burned this thing before
True.
once before.
It's true. I will stab it with my magic dagger. If they did, they probably took it off me, didn't they? God damn it.
Yeah, you have nothing.
Yeah. So do I have like exorcism equipment? Maybe.
Do you? I'm pretty sure that's a thing on your character sheet where you can just have stuff.
Can I improvise?
Suddenly, I take a bottle of holy water and a crucifix out of my bag and hand it to you, and I don't even know why.
You know exactly why, because you were married to this man for a while for some reason.
Hey, no, that has not been established. There's
Okay.
a shadowy past.
That's rumored
Okay.
to have happened.
So,
Shadowy past.
so you'll have Paris, Ontario.
I believe it was Atlanta or something. It was Atlanta. We established it was somewhere in America. It was
Okay.
like Atlanta,
Sure.
and then there was yeah.
Sharp.
Sharp. Okay, rolling sharp.
Yeah, so you know where to find exorcism stuff. There's a chapel inside the hospital. You just got to get the gurney onto floor 5.
All right, cool. I will just reach past Marjorie, who's probably still has her gun out, and like tap the 5 button.
And to just, like, wait and hum slightly?
How's it going, Marge?
No matter how many times you tap the button, the light doesn't come on. Gwen and Gary, your world is fire for a moment.
I wanted to actually try a roll to protect someone by shutting the door closed before the fireball comes in.
Do it.
So it's tough. +1. God, another 1 and a 2. I cannot roll.
So you totally throw yourself between Gwen and the fireball, but the fireball in true action movie fashion and not true physics fashion propels you into Gwen, and the two of you go tumbling out the window.
Out the
Out
window?
the window. Okay.
Yeah, that seems like the sort of thing that you have in hospital rooms.
Yeah,
Windows?
no, it just went really far.
I mean, you got out.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
So yeah, the window's probably a step too far. You go tumbling down into the you land in a heap on the far side of the hospital room. Oh right, what happened to the nurse? Who
She
are you
was on
trying to
the other
protect?
side of Gwen.
Gwen or Nurse
I was
Buck?
just trying to protect everyone. Basically, shut the door to protect everyone in the room.
Okay, you can take 2 damage, and those 2 can take 1.
I have 2 armor. Does that help?
Then you take 0.
Mhm.
I think Gary takes 0 from that as well because 2
Yeah,
minus
I take
2
0.
minus 1 is 0. But Nurse
Or
Buck
chunky
is
salsa.
is unconscious and possibly dying because NPCs don't have any hit points.
I have medic training. I'm going to try to help her.
Okay. I mean, she just hit her head really hard. Probably not going to die. No, that would be dumb if she died. That's not dramatically appropriate. So yeah, you sit her up and you like, what do you do to bring her around? Do you spend time doing this instead of checking the hallway?
It just takes a second. I've got. Don't ask why. I have in one of my pockets. I have one of those little things of smelling salts. So I crack it and I just kind of put it on her collar. And then when it'll wake her
You're
up.
in a hospital room. You can get whatever you want.
Yes.
From
Yeah, no, I have some.
the
I'm going to
cupboards.
refill it from the supply closet when we leave, but this one's mine.
It's in your Roy bag, just in case.
It's right next to my badge, just in case some shit goes down. Sometimes she challenges people to smell it, so you can smell it for the longest. It's pretty bad.
You're
Anyway,
fucked up.
Yeah. I communicate in emojis, dog. You knew that.
I'm not a dog,
right.
goddammit.
Gary, since you're the one who last had bad stuff happen to you, you're sprawled on the floor when you notice two people dressed in like effectively handmade ninja costumes. Right, they've got like black ski masks and black sweater vests. You know the right boot. Excuse me. They are wearing the uniform of the impromptu assailant.
Wait, sorry, you said handmade ninja costumes?
Yes, you got the pun. Gary, are they coming in through the window or the door?
They're ninjas. They have to come in through the window, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. The window explodes with glass as two people fling themselves into the room on ropes and stuff. Not too expertly. It's not like, they do a perfect breach and clear. One of them like falls down and nearly drops their gun, and the other one like skids forward. And then they take moments like looking for, like pointing the guns around, and they're like, wait, where is he?
Why are you here? What are you doing?
Shut up. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I was sort of in a defensive stance with the sword chucks too.
Defensive stance with George Jocks,
Yeah.
and Gwen and the nurse. Okay. No. Where's the old man?
Do you see an old man?
Shut up. You stand up and get against the wall.
Two of us are ladies and he's a child.
Yes, we see that. We are here for the old man.
You came to the wrong room.
I'm gonna take a swing at him.
Disrespect to Gary.
Roll it.
I gotta remember how to do things. That's kick some ass. That's tough.
Yep.
Are you?
God. I can roll that.
Nice. Do you have any, Gary?
So my weapons, I believe, as we established last time, do 5 harm. But they also have the area effect, which means I can hit multiple people and split the harm between the two of them.
Jesus.
Okay.
5 fucking harm?
Yeah.
The chosen
I-
one. The chosen one.
That's
Gary's
2.5
the Slayer.
attacks from my hunting rifle. That's more damage outright than my grenade launcher.
Yeah, but the chosen
kinda-
one?
Yeah,
I remember how many
Literally
times
the
Gary's
scion
been
of
faced-
destiny?
Yeah. Gary also has to like go hand to hand and get face wrecked by the devil to do 5 harm. So
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll just do 3 to the one guy that was talking, and 2 to the other.
3 for talking too.
He annoyed me.
That's fair. That's fair. Those 80s terrorist ninjas are pretty annoying. I imagine them holding like the Heckler and Koch like 80s terrorist submachine guns and.
Oh wait, this is kick some ass. I can do extra harm, so I can do 3 and 3.
So you do 3 and 3?
Sure.
Nice.
Now I have an MP5. Ho, ho, ho.
Yeah, you kill them outright. They're sword chucks?
Yeah.
So describe killing two people that don't really know what they're doing, but they have guns.
Jeez.
Have you seen
I
Kick-Ass?
imagine-
Describe decapitating and eviscerating two nerds, please,
Yeah.
Gary.
I mean, I imagine that I was attempting to disarm them.
And accidentally
basically-
kill them?
And accidentally fully disarmed them. And that probably has a lot of blood loss issues.
Okay, so you like cut off their hands?
Arms.
Arms. Okay, you cut off the first one's arms, and they go, "Oh my God, Tony, what the?" And he goes to shoot you, and you cut off the arms of the other one.
No, that seems fair.
There's just two black knights bleeding to death on the floor, essentially. Is that how this works?
They've gone into shock and are effectively dying, unless someone takes extreme medical actions.
No.
I mean, you could cauterize their arms with your magic lighter.
Scrufflebutt, Church, and Marjorie, you are back in the elevator. The corpse is not sat back up, but the elevator is not responsive.
Okay, we need
I do
to
that thing
get
that cats
out of-
do where they get like they strut around a bunch and I'm like dragging my feet on things and then I'm going to just tap a paw to the elevator to try to charge it with my static electricity.
Oh, wow.
That sounds weird. Roll weird.
Sweet. I'm bad at that.
I appreciate the fact that this is a game where you can say that sounds weird, and that actually means something other than just.
I'm sorry when we all die from this elevator plummeting. Boom!
Nice.
Boxcars!
Oh man!
Wow.
That is significantly weird.
The elevator starts to move in the right direction. And that direction is up. Marjorie, speaking of up, the bag with the thing in it starts wiggling around and like trying to get up. You get the vague sensation that whatever it is has rolled over and is trying to push itself up this time, as opposed to just sitting straight up. But it's not working very well because it's still in a body bag. So it's just sort of kind of like racing against the plastic and scrabbling around on the table very slowly, like Boris Karloff slowly.
I'm watching the cat.
Dab it in the brainstem. What is this thing? And I don't like it. Okay. Is there anything in my book that tells me what this is?
Yeah, would we know?
Which
I mean,
one?
we got the two big brains in this room. Would we
the
know what this
creepy
thing
book
is?
with the defeat the devil spell.
I mean, the investigative mystery, one of the questions is, what can hurt it?
Yeah.
So
Oh
We're
yeah.
rolling.
Which one is that?
this
Which one?
appears to be a mystery. Roll sharp.
Sharp. I didn't
Nice.
fail.
Boom.
That's a good roll.
Mm-hmm.
That is a good roll.
So yeah, you have like what sort of creature is it and what can hurt it? Those are two really good questions.
Yes, I like those questions. I will use Gary's questions. What sort of creature is this, and how can I hurt it?
Well, to know what it is, you're going to have to open the body bag because it could be like a half dozen things. Could be a vampire,
Okay.
could be a zombie, could be a werewolf, could
Okay.
be a really persistent ghoul.
I can
Could be
answer
Right.
the
red
second
cord.
question.
The cat.
Hi.
That can hurt it.
Yeah, the cat can hurt everything. That's
Okay.
right.
So I'm gonna have like my knife ready in my left hand, and I'm gonna slowly unzip this body bag over here to see what it is and figure out how to hurt it.
You open the body bag, and there is the intensely disgusting, overwhelming smell. It's this really rich, meaty smell that comes along with like it's a combination of like overcooked pork and like rotting like roadkill sort of stuff. This combination of like that acrid stomach acid stench that comes along with burst intestinal lining tract stuff, and there is like a single roomy eye that you see blinking up out of the bag as it like snakes fingers that are burned to the bone out, trying to remove itself. And there's like clacking teeth and a coughing sound, but not much more.
Does this smell profane to me, like with the capital P?
It smells unnatural to you with a capital U. Not profane with, well, yes.
Okay. Is anyone
Wrong
going
with
to
the
try to
capital
stop
R.
me if I just pounce on this thing and start fucking shredding it?
I'm not there.
I will
so-
not,
no.
because I swear this was like not. This is not what I took out of the morgue. I mean, obviously, it was what I took out of the morgue.
So yeah, I'm doing like
Feel free to destroy the thing.
this
It
thing
smells
seems
like gross.
this thing seems like it's doing poorly. And being a cat, I'm probably going to play with it a bit. So this won't be a quick death, but like it's just going to be like a long, slow rake of the claws down like the largest chunk of exposed flesh I can find.
So I'm going to be in the corner, as far away from all of this as possible.
I imagine Church and Marjorie making like eye contact over the cat as the cat savages this thing, just kind of like both being super uncomfortable by what's going on right now.
You know that
So-
you're going to give him a bath later too.
So when you fuck with magic,
Magic fucks with you.
something changes with
Okay.
you. Like you go all foo dog, or
Yes.
something happens. What is the thing? Your claws glow blue.
I think it's
emit
just
an
like
inner
they lead. Well, yeah, like I'm. I think like instead of looking like a cat, I look like a cat-shaped celestial body, like kind of like a nebula, but like happy.
Do you have
blue-
wings?
Not wings, but like the happy blue and like the sort of skeleton. It looks like a constellation mapped out, sort of thing. Like it's yeah.
Okay.
And just like the things I leave behind are just like sunlight basically pouring out of the wounds.
You are scratching some epic evil.
Mhm.
At least whatever did this was evil with a capital E. And you're able to tear free the magical glue that was binding this person's soul to their body. And once you finish tearing that apart, it goes and departs, and the body flops back to the.
Was the
Great.
soul good or evil? Because if it's evil, I'm just gonna bat it around the elevator a bit.
Can souls be evil?
I mean, yes. Do they get tainted by their actions or what? This is getting real metaphysical real quick.
Yeah, we're getting some pretty deep stuff.
Welcome to that D&D podcast presenting Metaphysics of the Week.
This soul is weighed down by sins it committed in life.
Oh yeah, I'm batting it
sinks.
around the elevator.
Okay. You can continue popping it up in the air like a balloon that has not enough helium in it, but eventually, when you get bored, it will sink down through the elevator to whatever is below you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have
Church
my
and-
fun and then I let it go.
Church and Margie, the elevator dings on floor 5, and the chapel is just on the hall.
I'm not sure it's super necessary, but we might as well go sanctify this body you're carting around for seemingly no reason.
Look, you can't hurt anything.
Why? Why? Question mark. As we walk down the hallway, with the savaged body in a bag full of bullet holes.
I don't know. I just. Okay, so I got a message that said I had to steal the body and send it back to the headquarters of, the headquarters. And, so it was just the body, and now it's this. I don't know what happened or why or, okay. That's all I'm going to say
Okay.
about it. That's all I'm going to say about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. If we get to the chapel unmolested, I will.
You do the thing.
And try.
Yeah, you the sanctification process is you can either immerse it in holy water, which you need a lot to do, or you can effectively go through like a Catholic sacrament sort of thing. Holy water on the cross, on the forehead, the heart, and like some other place that I can't think of. The palms of the hands. Sure, why not?
Down the chakra. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, I'll. Church will do that in like sort of a disinterested way, and while like making small talk with Marge. So, what you doing?
Mostly trying not to die at this time, and mostly making sure that thing doesn't come back to life.
All right.
Just hurry up with this ceremony. Just, oh gosh.
These things take time. These things take time. Yeah, we should. Explosion that we haven't talked about. We should check in with those people. Again, yet.
Gwen and Gary. Gary's just murdered a couple people.
Good job, Gary. You finally got to take that first blood, huh?
I didn't mean to kill them. I just wanted to stop them from hurting us with those guns.
Well, that's certainly a way to do it.
What's the nurse up to?
Yeah, is the nurse conscious?
No, it's better for her to be unconscious.
Mm-hmm. I don't want to leave her here in a room with dead ninjas, but the hallway caught on. Is the hallway still on fire? Do we know?
It's black and like smoldering, but it's in TV shows and movies that it never constantly burns, right? It just there's a brief explosion of fire.
Poof, gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like left unattended, the building will burn down, but someone will find out with a.
Yeah, surely someone else will take care of that.
Problem.
We should figure out firstly what the shit is happening, and then I guess also figure out who to apply bullets and blades to make it stop happening.
Yeah, we should see what's happening with the rest of the hospital.
You got promotion from outside.
Let's take a look at these dead guys and see if they have clues or
You said-
something useful.
We hear something from the outside.
Yeah, there's voices and like footsteps and stuff.
Okay, new plan. You search the bodies. I'll point a gun at the door, and then when someone comes in, if it's not somebody I know, I'm going to shoot them.
Okay.
Serve and protect.
Going out in the hallway down by the nurses station, there are two people in what you could only describe as motorcycle fetishist gear.
Mm-hmm.
They are covered head to toe, literally covered head to toe. There is not a piece of skin showing. They're wearing blackout helmets, and they have like safety gear with like pads and stuff everywhere, and motorcycle boots, and it all looks super nice and fresh, no scuffs, anything like that. And they are the people appear to be tall people, one male, one female. They're also holding weapons.
Hey, Gary, do you know how to use a rifle?
No.
Do you want to figure out how? Because I think it's time for me to upgrade again.
I mean, why?
There's some Mad Max shit happening outside. I'll explain what Mad Max is later, but right now there's some people in the hallway who probably need to die.
I've probably seen the more recent Mad Max. Come on.
There's some Fury Road shit happening outside.
Yeah, there we go.
And I feel a little furiosa right now.
Isn't this set in the 90s? Anyways.
Wait, I thought we were more modern.
Okay.
They had cell phones and shit.
Did they have emojis in the 90s?
Yeah,
Fair.
I feel like we went with like mid 00s.
What I mean,
What
Gwen
is
is
that
from a
decade
shadowy
anyway?
government organization, so she could
Awesome.
just have like the future tech, which includes emojis because the future is shit.
Did you?
On her
then
flip phone,
how
she's got
did-
an extra button that just does emojis.
Did Marjorie just get a text
She's
full
gotta
of like
hit it over and over.
undisplayable
Yeah.
images?
No,
It
it's
was
just the
a
little
It's a
boxes with the
square.
X's.
X.
Like, what are these squares?
This is even better.
And that's
Um,
that's the only
thought-
text you ever get from Gwen. Ever.
Right.
Is just
I
lines
never
of
know what
squares.
she's saying. Damn it.
So
Like,
I'm going
your-
to. I'm
Your
going to.
supernatural librarian brain is trying to like make them like the length into some sort of meaning over and over again. Like, sorry.
No, you're good. I'm going to leave the hunting rifle on the bed, and then I'm going to produce my grenade launcher, and I guess try to get these people's attention. Do I want to, or do I just want to hit them with a grenade? They've got guns. They're in a hospital where shit's going down.
I
Covered
didn't
head to
say
toe. Like,
guns. I
you
said
said
weapons.
what weapons? What kind of weapons?
One of them has a sword and a pistol, and the other one has what looks like an axe sort of thing and like a Tech 9.
Okay. So
This is some Mad Max shit.
yeah, I'm just gonna shoot them with a grenade launcher.
do we want to ask them why they're here?
They
They-
have guns. Really, we ask a question or fire a bullet, and then we can both die. So I figure I'll fire the biggest bullet, and then they will die.
I mean, I probably won't die.
Okay, do you want to stand in front of me, and I'll hold a grenade launcher on your shoulder and use you as a brace?
I mean, it would be good to find out what's happening if they know anything.
Okay,
I
do
don't
you
know.
think people who came into a hospital covered in biker gear wearing helmets, carrying swords and axes and guns and shit are just going to answer questions of random people in the hallway that was on fire?
You came in here with a pistol and a hunting rifle and a grenade launcher.
And I haven't killed anybody, Gary. There's a whole lot of moralizing coming from you right now, Gary. I need you to either be on the team or sit in the corner with the nurse, Gary. If
know
you're
why
the
I'm your
chosen one,
friend.
I need you
Jeez.
to
Wow.
choose to do some shit right now.
Damn. Gwen is SGO management material, man.
Seriously.
I'm just waiting when they bust in the room because I hear us arguing in here.
I'm just gonna kick the door open and have my grenade launcher drawn and say, "Hey, fuck sticks, what are you doing?"
So the hey fuck sticks part, they're a good like other end of the hospital distance. It's probably like 50 to 75, maybe 100 yards away. It's really goddamn far, right?
Mhm.
They move.
They just see
like,
Gwen's mouth moving and they assume they're being challenged.
it's a blur after you kick in the door. There's just a black streak as they move towards you within human speed.
Oh, okay.
And their pistol that they draw forth to take shots at you is like 4 times the length of a regular gun. And then the Tech 9 starts spraying bullets.
Do they aim with their eyes?
No.
Okay.
I mean, you
Told you,
can't tell.
Gary.
They're wearing motorcycle gear.
I'm going to fire and also hope in the direction of the bad guys. Okay, not necessarily bad guys, but blur guys, and none of our agents have that ability yet that I've been told. And hey, I'm kind of, I'm a pretty big deal, so I know some shit.
Explode him.
And I'm also rolling to protect Gwen again because it worked so well last time.
Okay,
I
you roll
ended up
protect
fine,
first.
so thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody but that poor nurse.
Closer. 9.
All right, so if I remember correctly,
I think you give me. Oh no, that's aid, not defend. I don't know what that does.
you protect them okay, but you'll still suffer some or all the harm they were going to get.
Yes.
Okay, so Gwen, you're firing the grenade launcher.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and roll.
What? Cool, tough.
Kick some ass.
Tough. Yeah,
Toughest
kick some
case
ass.
mess, yeah.
Okay. 7.
Okay,
Could have gone
okay.
worse.
Right.
Could have.
Not terrible.
Any success, you and whatever you're inflicting harm on, fighting inflict harm on each other. Where harm is based on the established dangers of the game. This usually means you inflict the harm rating of your opponent, your enemy inflicts harm rating with their harm rating on you. So, Gwen, what's the harm rating of your grenade launcher?
4 harm, far area, messy, loud, reload.
Okay. Yeah, so it's the perfect foomp. It is, you catch them before they get to you, which is kind of the critical point. It's about midway down the hallway, and they covered like 50 yards in like a second, right? As long as it took you to raise and pull that trigger, like it's shockingly fast. And you explode, and they do just 4 damage, which is a shitload of damage, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I remember correctly, there is a page for doing damage to things.
Oh, damage to the hospital. Huh. What floor are we on? Just out of curiosity.
The 5th floor. You're on the other side of the hospital from everybody else.
Okay.
We're on the sick but still really cute kids floor.
Yeah.
And you just...
I mean, you're in the pediatric area, right? So there's going to be like kids and stuff nearby.
You said there was nobody here.
I was gonna say, are people back now?
There's nobody here.
Yeah.
Unrelated, but I'm tempted to swap land hands for Claws of the Beast from the Monstrous book.
That sounds cool.
It,
We should all just slowly start taking
hold
monstrous
+1
ones.
for the person that finds that page in the book that describes what harm does. Or harm. I'm going to say that you knock them down like bowling balls. You fling them around, and their gear is seriously fucked up at this point. You know, you like blast one of the pauldrons off the lady, and like the guy's helmet is partially destroyed, and they get knocked over, but not before firing a fusillade of bullets at you. So I believe that why does the weapons section not actually have weapons in them?
Mm-hmm.
Mike, 212, I believe.
Church, what does your weapon do?
My big hog leg's 3 damage, 3 harm.
Oh, okay. So there is 6 harm worth of damage heading towards Gwen and Gary. Gary, you rolled to intercept the damage, right?
Yep.
Do you take all of that, or does part of it go to Gwen?
I take as much as I can take.
Oh, good.
Okay. You take 6 damage from guns.
Is it 2 threes or 6 altogether?
Doesn't matter.
I mean, how many times
It
is
does,
armor-
because
Yeah,
it's
it
how many
definitely,
times
definitely
does-
matter.
It's
If
2
they're each-
sources of 3 damage.
Yeah, so it's 2 damage total instead of 4.
Way better.
No, it's no
Way
damage.
better.
What?
Gary is Gary.
Gary's tough, yo.
Yeah,
So Gary, describe how the bullets, the hail of Tech 9 bullets and the really big caliber handgun don't kill you. Do they just miss? Do you knock them out of the air with your sword chucks? Do they just not hurt you?
no, they're definitely hitting and knocking me around, but they just kind of form like a second skin on me, or they just kind of flatten on the my skin.
They
So I
blob
probably
and
messed
just
with
fall
my
down.
clothes a little bit, but yeah.
And
So you
that's-
teach
It's very
guns.
Superman-esque.
Superman.
Okay.
Good. That's fantastic. Yeah. They get up, they sort of start to push themselves back up, and Gwen, you did some damage with that grenade launcher, right?
4 damage?
Like to the church, right? Or the hospital, because it's
Definitely
Messy?
changed.
in area.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you've blown a hole in the wall, in the hallway, exposing like sunlight, because it's the middle of the day, right? It's like morning or whatever. And the sunlight trickles in on one of the motorcycle armor wearing people, the dude, in fact. And it starts, like, you can see smoke catch on the side of the person's face, his face, and there's a brief flicker of flame before he turns his head away and kind of smothers the fire out and like scrambles away from the sun. Church and Margie and Scrufflebutts, there's been another explosion in the church just down the hall from you.
I think I just take these two idiots with me there.
That's the
I need
thing.
you to roll for 2.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's
Yes.
a thing that happens. I mean, I've rolled well for weird so far.
You leave with 2, you arrive with 1 that begs for death.
Cool. I don't have to get permission to do this.
Oh, great.
That's a 5.
Great.
This is good. This is fine.
Okay, so that's Angel Wings, right?
Yeah. It doesn't even have a thing suggested for
Yeah.
failure.
You just don't go?
I bet you it does in the playbook.
I think it's actually like exactly from the. 'Cause I've got it
Oh,
open
wow,
here.
yeah.
Doop.
Oh, or a 790 don't quite manage it. It doesn't actually say on a miss.
Either you are all separated or you all appear in the wrong place. So you can split us up and put us in terrible spots, Mike.
Great.
Hey, I'm learning.
Church into the van with a bunch of hooded dudes who just want to take pictures of their family.
No, Church. Church, you are. Church, you are in between the 2 motorcycle equipment enthusiasts standing in the sunlight between the 2 of them.
I have a terrible suggestion for either me or Marjorie.
Okay, level it on us.
In that body bag.
Oh.
Marjorie, you are out front, and 2 more motorcycles are arriving, complete with heavily black-clad individuals in motorcycle gear, like Kawasaki sort of motorcycles.
Right.
They're rolling up in front of the hospital, and they notice you, and they kind of use their heads to indicate towards you. One of them points, and they kind of like slide their bikes to the side and pull out guns. And Mr. Scrufflebutt, you are outside of a country club.
Okay. Does it smell like I'm still in this state, or?
Oh yeah. You're absolutely still in Algonquin Falls. You don't even think you're that far away.
Okay.
And like you can hear people playing tennis.
So this is curious because like clearly my divine powers wanted to bring me here, but also I have to make sure Church doesn't die.
Yeah, that's gonna be trouble.
That's fair. That's fair.
Speaking of Church, these people have guns and you don't, and they're about to attack you.
He has a gun.
Do I know?
He has
do I
a gun.
recognize them? Sorry.
I'm sorry.
No. Do I recognize them immediately as
You've
being
never
whatever
seen-
they are?
Throw some sharp down on the table. This is investigate here. Wait, you have 2 questions you didn't get to answer. Ask from last time.
True. I do still have 2 questions.
He also
Actually, I have
has a
3
gun.
questions because- yes, I have my little pea shooter thing for sure. Let me look up the questions real quick and read a bad situation because oh my god.
No, this is a investigate mystery. You did that,
Okay.
didn't you?
Read a bad situation the last time.
Okay, go ahead and ask 2 more.
Okay. What is my best way out?
Into the sunlight.
That's useful.
We're 5 floors up.
The cat will catch me. It'll be fine. Are there any dangers we haven't noticed yet?
That's a good question.
That's a meta question, right? It's tough because I don't. Gwen, what do you think of the situation? Tell me everything. What's your tactical analysis with your tactical analysis skill? Tell me what you think's going on.
These things are either vampires or weird monsters similar to ones that she heard about in a training thing from one of the instructors, where they could only be damaged after you pointed a light source at them for long enough. So it's one of those two, but either way, enough brute force application of damage could do the trick. But my rifle is in the hospital room, and I only have a grenade, and my friend's in there, or my dad's in there actually.
So you think you're thinking vampires is what I'm hearing.
Yes.
Vampires or something similar. Okay. Marjorie, do vampires come from? What's the begat situation for vampires? Where do they come from? Is there a master vampire that spawns them? Are they cursed like Cain?
Oh crap.
Are they all like punk rockers named Lestat?
I'm gonna say that they are a proto-human species that like separated from Homo sapiens early on and kind of did their own thing, but now they have been in their own. They kind of developed a rebellious, like, what's the word I'm trying to figure? What's the word I'm trying to think of? They're they want to be as like not like humans as possible and destroy all of them so they can take over, because they're very like they're very like ashamed of the fact that they are related to humans at all. Does that make any sense? My brain
Absolutely.
is so done. Okay.
They're like Magneto mutants in the sense of they want to destroy humans.
Right. And yeah.
Which means they
do
may
they drink
have
blood
some
and, like take and like eat people, or is this not the same sort of vampire?
They, I guess, I don't really want to go like totally, like people have developed the idea that they live in darkness and drink blood because they like take humans for scientific experiments and things, and so it seems that way. And they of course like promote this idea because it makes them seem super badass and totally not at all genetically related to humans, but they don't actually drink blood to subsist. Yeah, that's the right word.
Do they eat brains or flesh or anything? Or are they just straight up? Do they absorb negative emotions? Or they don't drink blood?
Soul vampires,
right? Or do they just eat vegetables like everybody else?
They're just super angsty about things, but they have some groups of vampires have been known to practice what is that, like necro cannibalism, I guess, but they don't like eat alive people, but sometimes they eat like dead people's flesh because it gives them like doesn't actually give them power. It's metaphorical, like the plants. They makes them feel powerful because we eat this corpse.
Awesome. Gary, how do you spell angsty?
Sorry, you cut out for me. What was that?
How do you spell angsty? I'm sitting here trying to spell angsty on the A-N what? Angst? I can't remember how to spell angst, apparently.
Yeah.
If you ask Gary to spell it,
GSTY.
it's Mirror.
Oh.
Okay, thank you.
God.
All right, Church, go.
Have I faced these things before? Are these a thing that I know about?
Yeah, these things are like the Morlocks of the human race. They always seem to be cropping up. Anytime bad stuff happens, vampires show up. Like the Migo are like supernatural cockroaches. If you've got Migo, there is some sort of extra-dimensional nonsense going on right the fuck around here. When the vampires show up, they're just seizing on something that's already going bad. They are not the cockroaches. They are the rats that infest everywhere, right? All restaurants have vermin. But
Okay.
when rats show up in your house, that's a special kind of problem that you have.
Okay. And I know that they don't like light. They don't like sunlight.
Yeah, they it's not like it's more an allergic reaction than fatal. It's just a side effect of functionally living underground for so long and not getting enough vitamin D.
There's a giant hole in the wall right now, right, with sunlight coming through it.
Yeah.
Can I like climb out the hole in the wall, or like jump out and catch myself somehow with my 70-year-old arms that are totally going to snap on impact?
Sure. Roll me stay cool. Stay cool while doing something badass. That's like cool.
Cool.
I was gonna be like, do I have time to intervene in this? But apparently I don't need to.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, like, I just like look at them, look at the steam coming off them, like, screw this, and I'll jump out the hole and like grab a hold of something and try to like make my way down to the next floor down, maybe.
With a 10, you are able to like leap out onto a tree and like shimmy your way to the ground, right?
Okay, great. That's awesome.
And it's just in time because there are a couple of bikers with guns pointed at Margie. Mr. Scrufflebutt, what's happening?
I mean,
you're in front of the fucking Algonquin Falls Golf and Country Club, and people are cheerily playing tennis not 400 yards away.
I mean,
40 is closer.
Do I notice anything that looks particularly interesting? Like,
I mean, these are some pretty effective tennis players.
Okay. I'm gonna go investigate that. Yep. Yeah, no, I'm gonna go investigate. This seems important. Clearly my divine powers brought me here for a reason.
So you kind of wind your way over there. And there is a young lady who sees Kitty and comes over.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, "Hey there, we don't see many cats on the country club. How'd you get over here? Are you stray?"
I meow haughtily.
Haughtily?
Yes.
Okay.
I like as if to say I am no stray. I go where I please.
She promptly picks you up and like does that thing that that cat people are able to do, where they grab the cat and like cuddle them, like they flip them over into their back, and the pointy bits are pointed away from the person, and they just happily. And she happily pets you as she walks over to the tennis instructor.
Yeah, no, I allow this to occur. This one shows the proper reverence and respect.
How?
Yeah, so this young lady goes over and sits down and watches the other people play. And there's like there's a mid-40s lady that best you can guess human, and then there's an older gentleman, maybe 55, 57, and they look like they've been here all day, and they're fit. They've been doing this.
Yep.
I don't want to say old person fit because that's getting to be me, but they're like they are country club fit, I guess is a good word for it, right?
Well, I mean, presumably they're rich and enough, like have enough spare time to get really good at tennis.
Yes. One of them stops. The guy serves really well, and the lady bats it back and gets the point or whatever. And he stops and grabs a towel and like drives off his head and grabs a bottle of Perrier or whatever rich people drink, and says, and looks over at and doesn't seem to notice the person holding you at the moment until she pipes up and says, stack of people. Mark, that was a good serve, but Gloria had the best of you. You really got to work on your overhead smash and tennis talk. Good bounce back, but you really need to work harder if you want to get any good at this.
I'm gonna hop down and go investigate.
Okay, she continues dressing down these people. What are you doing?
Yeah, no, like just is anybody else dispensing scritches or pats?
No, the older people ignore you entirely.
Okay. So I do that thing where like they walk between the cat walks between the legs and like drags the tail to be really obvious. But I'm gonna go inside.
Okay. You leave the tennis courts and head towards the clubhouse. Gwen, while the cat is investigating a relaxing spa location, I don't know if it's a spa, country club, there is still the matter of your rifle not being in your hands, your gun not being in your hands, and your grenade launcher being empty.
Okay. I'm going to run into the room, grab my hunting rifle, and then come out and get ready to shoot at something.
Okay. You grab the hunting rifle from the room, and Nurse Bucky is gone.
That is a problem for future Gwen.
So are the two guys that Gary cut the arms off of.
Those are also problems for future Gwen.
Okay.
They're gone.
They are gone.
That's fine.
Arms and bodies gone.
Blood
everywhere.
Okay.
Thick, sticky.
Delicious. I mean,
Crimson.
Blue. No, it's crimson.
Okay.
Yeah. So current Gwen's problems are the two mole people vampires that
the
are
Mad Max outcasts who are around my dad rather.
With axe and Tech 9 and I don't know how to pronounce that word. Church.
Contemporary.
Instead of contemporary.
Contemporary. Nice.
Yeah, I'm not going to give you a -1 for that, but I'm thinking about that. So yeah. Gwen, what's your action? What do you do?
It's going to be like slide out into the hallway and basically say, Church, left or right?
Church is gone.
He's no longer there.
Oh, he's gone.
Yeah, he leapt out the window and shimmied down a tree.
Oh, that's right. Shit.
You might not know it, so yelling makes sense.
You just have the invincible Gary, and you and your trusty rifle.
Okay. Gary, look out! And then I'm firing at the one with the machine.
You cut out for a second. We're at the one with the what?
The machine gun.
Gotcha.
Boop.
Kick some ass.
8.
I believe that's better. Yeah, that's like you do damage, they do damage.
Yep. 2 harm, far allowed.
2 harm, far allowed. Okay. Which one are you shooting? I'm sorry.
The one with the machine gun.
The Tech 9.
Oh, the Tech 9. It's a machine pistol. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you shoot the gun out of that person, and they drop the axe in response and grab their shot up hand. Like you shoot through the hand in order to get them to drop them. Right through the armored glove, and their pauldron has been shot off. I believe is what it did. So it grabs like a blanket off of a nearby gurney and drapes it over its head and jumps out the window. Gary.
I want to take a swing at the other vampire or whatever thing is that's still here.
All right, you got to run down the hall at it.
Gary, make it naked.
Cut its clothes off, Gary.
It's always wonderful advice.
This is the perfect thing, I swear.
They don't like light. I'm not being a creepo. Make it naked.
And from like, so if Church and Marjorie were possibly a thing, and Gary is Marjorie's son, and Gwen is Church's daughter, just.
We're getting all Game of Thrones up in here, man.
I just wanted to point out that I had done that math.
I mean, I'm not saying I don't have professional curiosity on what like a weird underground vampire's dick looks like, but this is not the time.
We can check that after.
Okay, so yeah, can I close enough to attack then?
Yeah.
Okay. I will.
Really, if they were dead to start with? Just saying.
Okay, so the question I forgot to ask was whether or not you intercept. Do you roll to protect Gwen when the No, I said it ran off, but it didn't do any damage.
Mhm.
I'll just do double damage to you.
Okay.
That's fair.
All right. As you run up, the vampire with the giant pistol that is entirely too large raises it towards your face, and you are able to get an excellent look at the custom inscription on the barrel, and it says in this flowy cursive script, "Jesus Christ is in heaven now," as it shoots you.
Uh-huh.
Wow. Okay.
The
Well,
gun
not
doesn't
weird,
say
though.
that. The gun has it written on a flowing script on the side, so you see that. And that's going to be. Problem is that in church your gun does 3, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, you get super close and it shoots you with this, but it doesn't actually able to hurt you because it doesn't do enough damage because guns don't do enough damage. Okay.
Gary is kind of terrifying.
Gary's kind of a tank, yeah.
Said
Yeah,
the God Cat.
Sorry to everyone else, but I'm going to have to bring weapons that can hurt Gary next time.
You did last session. Plenty.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right. The
Yeah. And he damn near killed all of us.
Right.
Yeah.
If I want to threaten Gary, I have to kill everyone.
Yes.
Or you can just start tagging armor piercing.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
Isn't
All right.
isn't there a move it just like it's invincible to?
I have that. I have
Yeah.
Immortal.
That's what. Okay.
That's only one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still it won't ignore that one, but it'll go through the other 2 armor that Gary has.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
standing in a room.
I'll say this is armor piercing shot. Then you just we said that harm was coming. So I'm going to deal harm as indicated. So 3 AP damage from the oversized pistol. Jesus Christ is in heaven now, and then you probably destroy them. Do you do 5 messy stuff?
Yes, 5 messy by
Okay.
default.
And they are not coherently a thing like a person anymore afterwards, because presumably
Okay.
Gary does wow thing, right?
Yeah, I'm sure there's some sort of flourishy attack.
Right,
You Star Wars kid this poor bastard to death.
Yeah.
because it hurt, right? And Gary's response is to stab the shit out of it and dice it up, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, it falls to pieces, and it starts smoking.
I was gonna say, does it sizzle? Okay.
Yeah, it sizzles a bit.
Toss the pieces outside.
Just kick him outside.
Each
Marjorie,
the corpse downstairs.
Marjorie, you are staring down a couple of these vampire bikers.
Vampire bikers. This is good. I have silver knife. I have a crossbow.
You're kind of set up
Um,
for this.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna start talking to them first right now, and hope that something happens that I can figure out how I appeared in front of the apparently vampire biker group of vampire bikers wherever I am now. Confusing.
A group of vampire bikers is called a dive.
So, hi. Good evening, guys. Where exactly are we right now?
You're in the front of the hospital, just outside of Algonquin Falls, in Algonquin Region Hospital.
And, what are you guys doing here?
They look at each other. Are you trying to stall them?
I'm just making some conversation. I, suddenly appeared out here. What exactly was going on? What are you guys doing here? Disarming smile.
So one of them raises its visor and kind of squints at you. But there's another piece of plastic underneath the blacked out visor. And so they take the kickstand up with their bikes, or they point the bikes towards you, and they kind of continue to drive forward with the gun trained on you. And then they stop pretty close to you, and it says, we're here to stop a dangerous old man from shooting up a hospital. Have you seen anyone like that looks like this? And then they briefly describe church.
Huh. He does sound like a dangerous old man. No, I haven't. I was here to visit
Shimmy's
a
down
friend
a tree.
that a friend of mine's son was here in the hospital, but it's kind of creepy and empty in there. I don't know. It feels like something really strange is going on. And then I came outside, not particularly by my own volition. So I think something real weird is happening. I haven't seen any old men though. Just pretty much nobody. Like literally, there aren't even any nurses or orderlies or doctors. I have no idea what's going on. Do you usually ride your motorcycle to the hospital? That seems weird. I don't know why. That just feels weird now.
We're like vigilantes.
Oh, okay. Well, then I guess the motorcycles make sense. That seems like a real vigilante vehicle.
Yeah, they're super cool, right?
Yeah.
Am I sitting back like behind the tree listening to this happening?
Yeah, you're like, I'm not old.
Here's the question for you, right? Like, I just came out of a hospital, right? Is there any chance that Firebug Church would have grabbed like a bottle of alcohol and like a rag of some sort?
You have that die thing that you roll whenever you want stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Should I
you're
roll
always
that now? Because I want a Molotov cocktail these guys from behind the tree,
roll it.
like as she's talking.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you've got the stuff.
Okay.
You've got the touch.
Marjorie, give me a
Shit.
Are you luring them closer to church? I don't know if you know that he's out there. Are you?
No,
trying to-
I'm honestly, I'm kind of trying to figure out. There's two of them, and they're both armed. I kind of want to just stall them off, and at the very least, have them go on about their business, because there's no way for me to attack them both without getting harmed at this point, and I know that, so I'm mostly just kind of trying to.
All right, Marjorie, give me some charm for manipulating a pair of monsters, and Church, give me cool for acting under pressure.
Wait, is charm actually a stat in this game? Holy shit, it's a stat in this game.
Yes, and I didn't fail it.
Ooh.
We have clearly run the stand up the vampires so I can burn them on
That's right.
somewhere else before, right?
So
there's a move. We got to move.
I just want to say,
doesn't work.
The accompaniment to this scene is the ink spots. I don't want to set the world on fire.
Nice.
So as a rule, you're not able to, like in the past, you guys have tried this. It never quite works out because the vampires aren't. They are too caught up in their desire to look cool, like mysterious and dark and brooding and angsty, and like always staring off into the middle distance. So they don't really go for this whole process of small talk with humans. They're lesser beings that they seek to destroy, but maybe these are maybe they're youngling vampires. Maybe there's something else about them. But whatever it is, you're able to kind of lure them a little bit closer to where you think Church might be in the situation. And they certainly don't try to kill you, which is the most important part, perhaps.
Right.
And then there is a pair of Molotov cocktails that get launched from somewhere off screen, and they douse the bikers and their bike in burning hot hospital fluid.
Hospital fluid?
Hospital fluid.
Nothing like 40 proof hospital fluid.
Back to science desk.
Yeah.
Yes. Hospital fluid, yes. I'm assuming it's some sort of like cleaning alcohol thing.
That's what it says on the side of the bottle that we get a close up of the bottle
Fluid.
tumbling.
Fly, just a fluid and then like parentheses hospital.
Yeah.
Right. Hospital use only.
It's very Batman labels on things.
Yes,
Well,
it is.
I've Googled what sorts of liquids in a hospital are flammable, so I'm sure I'm some sort of list now.
Most
Probably
of them.
just about everything.
Yeah.
Salient's
isopropyl?
probably the only thing that's not.
Yeah, isopropyl, alcohol, like the stuff they use to clean their instruments is going to be super flammable.
The chemistry of fire.
I mean,
Yeah, you find
Mike's
a
on a
thing.
list now.
You found a thing that burns right real well,
also, Mike, yeah, you're on a list at this point.
dude. So I have a folder in my in one of my subdirectories that I did to look up stuff, and it includes like all sorts of like drug related paraphernalia, and just if I wasn't on a list before,
Fair.
people aren't doing
Yeah.
things right.
That's fair.
I imagine that's going to eat through their sun protection fairly quickly.
Yeah, and I think that's a reasonable way to close this scene, right? Gwen shot one and it ran off. Gary sliced and diced one. The two of you set them on fire, and that's a pretty exciting way to the Molotov cocktails go and they poof, and start burning shit down. So
did they drive off while on fire like Ghost Rider?
I was gonna suggest something different where you only torch the vampires, but the motorcycles are fine and you can take them.
Yeah.
Do the vampires let out these weird inhuman shrieks as they burn and die?
yeah,
Well,
they
I
sound
mean, I
like
feel like at some point in this process, I feel that I would take the opportunity to put a crossbow bolt through their heads.
Also fair.
No longer concerned about trying to hold me at gunpoint and or shoot me.
yeah, Marjorie. Now that the vampires are not immediately hostile, you just pull out your crossbow and shoot in the face.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Do you hold one down with your boot and shoot it in the eye or whatever?
Yeah, why
That was
not?
Way more grotesque than I
Just kinda,
intended it to be. But,
like push them over. I just kick them over and be like, I think I'll take your cool bike now.
And Church will like walk up as she's finishing off that vampire. Like, that went way better than Lisbon.
It's because I
feel
said
like we're
their
finally
bikes were
getting the hang of
cool.
it.
I learned from the last time. You always got to compliment whatever the dark, mysterious, cool thing is.
They're suckers for that. They're one of these.
You just called vampires suckers. I have to point that out contractually.
Mhm.
So, Church and Margie, you guys are getting on the bikes?
Well, I mean, they're here.
Yeah, I mean, I would probably be like, we should get the hell out of here. And I figured the Chosen One and the Super Cat and the Secret Agent who just blew a hole in a hospital.
You're
And-
welcome.
can probably fend for themselves. We'll go back to the bodega and wait this out.
Gotcha. All right. Mr. Scrufflebutt or Gwen and Gary? Who's next?
Let's go for the GG squad.
I'm gonna reload my grenade launcher and get ready to go.
Gwen, Gary, Glenn, Ross.
That's so nerdy.
I have to go.
Yeah, I just want to look around some more to see if we could find anyone else. Like, where'd everyone go?
I think it was vampire related, Gary.
Especially since that nurse disappeared and also the vampire bits.
After
Those are ninja bits.
Oh yeah, Gary. Also, the nurse disappeared, and those two guys you killed. Everybody's just gone.
Why do people keep on disappearing?
Maybe we're just being pranked by the cat.
Ashton Kutcher pops out of a closet nearby.
And is shot by a grenade launcher.
So after you take 20 and search the entire hospital, and you find eventually in the basement firearms up excitedly.
Because
I thought you like rolled a
video.
12 or something.
No, I finally got it to work.
Oh, nicely
You
done.
didn't even notice how it's going.
I did, but I'm sorry.
Didn't care. Oh,
Yeah.
wait.
Apparently. It worked.
So you find eventually, you find them safely evacuated to the basement. Oh no! Oh, that's way worse. You find eventually you make your way to the basement and find a hole in the basement that goes into just some dark, giant tunnel, and there's like a teddy bear, like resting outside the tunnel, and it looks like the floor tiles and everything like that were busted outwards. So it looks like something tunneled in from underground into the basement of the hospital and took everyone.
So Tremors?
What?
Tremors 2?
Can I do a thing? I'm going to pull out my special phone and I'm going to call the agency and tell them what is going on. And then if I don't check in within an hour to enact the Scorched Earth protocol in the whole hospital.
Is an hour enough time?
It better be.
It will be now, one way or the other.
Call an airstrike on this position if you don't hear back from me within an hour.
Can I tell them that they should use like the bunker buster because it's apparently subterranean?
Oh, they're very thorough. They reduce to rubble, then they bomb the rubble, then they excavate the rubble, then they incinerate that, and then they bomb the ground that's below it, and then they salt the earth, and then they kind of just melt everything down to slag.
This doesn't seem like a very shadowy government organization.
We have a lot of money, and people are very willing to look the other way if you grease enough palms.
It's called urbanization.
What do you think the war on drugs really is? It's just really the war on vampires.
I'm a bodega cat.
A massive conspiracy designed to keep poor people poor?
Yeah.
Also to eradicate vampires. So, you know, some good with the bad.
A little bit of sugar to get down that cyanide.
I'm pretty sure some good with the bad is Gwen's tagline.
The good with the bad is genocide, though. Can we talk about that, maybe?
But they're vampires?
They're angsty fucking teenagers who live underground and don't like sunlight.
They abduct hospitals and they're creepy. Wait. Hold on a second. Am I getting shit not only from Gary after he killed 2 people, but from you, Mr. Molotov?
I'd like you to show me the bodies. I don't think I killed anyone.
Habeas corpus, motherfucker!
Gary, I swear to whatever god prophesized your arrival, I will shoot you with this grenade launcher.
And then he'd be dead, just like the future foretold.
Yeah. Gary, we have to
Death
talk.
by Gwen.
Yeah.
Gary, we have to talk. You're gonna die.
Gwen, you're the
guy with
best
sword
at this.
Right there.
Okay, not like eventually, but I have a. Okay, I had it. I can't prove it. I can't prove it because I burned it in a sink. But there is a coroner's report for you, and you're not dead now, but you're gonna be within like a day. Something.
There's no coroners in this house. There's no one in this hospital to write a report.
It's true.
Gary,
Gwen, you're really good at this.
there's no coroners in this hospital to write a report yet.
Right now.
And you're about to blow the hospital up in an hour, which we're using apparently by talking about this.
Yeah, it's like the timer's like 5 minutes left.
Okay,
There's a little
guys,
Jack Bauer situation going on here in the background.
watch, check this out. And I pick up the phone, I call the agency, and I say, give us another 2 hours. Look at that. That's crazy, right?
Beep. Boop. Beep. Boop.
Wait, are we going down the hole, by the way?
The following takes place between the hours of 11:24 and 11.
Who's going down the hole first? Because not it.
Yeah, why
I'm
would you want to
curious,
read a
it's not
tactical
you.
situation?
Head down.
I know what's happening around me. Creepy shit is happening in a hole in a basement. Cat,
Of
how
a
can I even
hospital.
understand you?
So
Also, the hole is
My
dark.
tactical read on the situation is we should send in Gary first.
did we also gather back up again? Because we had people riding off on motorcycles. Did they come back after realizing that?
I don't know. Where does Trish and Margie go? It sounds like they're going, like, I don't know.
Back to the bodega.
To the
We get
bodega.
drunk at the bodega.
Yeah,
What are you
this one
talking
out,
about?
I try to
Just imagine.
send Marge an emoji text that says it's like hospital, hole, teeth, teddy bear.
So Gwen sent me a bunch of squares. What are we gonna do about it?
I don't know. I don't know what is up with that girl. Wait, body? That body? Do we still need that body?
The body I
Oh,
murdered?
The body.
Her body. The body we murdered repeatedly.
It hit the
And then
floor.
murdered.
Right. Yeah, I guess we do need the body. Damn it.
Shit. God damn it.
Meow.
Do I know any black magic to like teleport that body out of the hospital?
Yes.
What?
Okay, awesome.
This
That's a
is
great
gonna
idea.
go well.
Let's just go back to the bodega then. It'll be fine. We don't have to go back to that like barren hellscape that's smoking due to giant holes caused by grenades. We can go. The
Is
safety
Church
of my
like
bodega.
a member in the worst standing possible of Marjorie's sect?
I don't even think he's acknowledged anymore.
No, they like
Like they don't even
Excommunicated.
talk about whether or not he ever was a member,
Right.
because then
mhm.
they would have to like admit
hmm
that he existed.
Okay, so they're,
Also-
if they're going to the bodega. Where's the cat? The cat with us or with them?
No, I'm at the country club getting scritches and
Oh.
fish.
messed up.
Right,
He's talking about tennis.
Yeah.
And getting pets.
Gary.
Shoulders.
Do you know the word for a group of vampires? Is it like a hive or something?
Didn't we decide it was an angst?
Yes.
An angst of vampires?
hmm Or a sulk.
No, one. Ooh, a sulk of vampires. This is
Sulk,
really
that's
good.
nice.
I was gonna say an
Pretty good.
emo, but that one's way better.
Oh, it's a scene.
Oh.
That's way better.
Gary, there's a shit ton of vampires in a hole, and there's two of us. How about we get in the car and we get what I like to call and what all of the agents call the fuck out of here?
How do you even know that vampires came from this hole? Didn't we hear motorcycles and stuff?
Okay, if it wasn't vampires, then this is just a mystery bad hole at the bottom of a hospital.
Which could have lots of people that are in danger and need our help.
Huh? Also, it could have a bunch of vampires in it. And there's two of us.
From somewhere in the hole, you hear crying.
We're leaving. I'm leaving. You can get in the car or you're going to get left fucked behind. I hope you are chosen to live longer than today, but I have a coroner's report that says you're not. Maybe this is how you die. I'm leaving. Bye. And then I'm on
Gwen,
the
you're the
stairs
real
heading
hero.
upstairs. I'm headed up the stairs now to the vehicle. Also, I'm in the process of dialing the agency, and I'm gonna say, make that 10 minutes, and I just leave the phone in the stairwell.
Oh my god, are we? We're leveling a hospital. You're leveling I want
There
to.
there
You're
are,
leveling
like-
There's nobody in the
With-
hospital
with
that
some-
we have.
hospital.
No, but there are civilians under it, presumably people that we should rescue.
No. You assume there's civilians under it. What you hear is there is something crying in the darkness under it.
So
Yeah.
what we're
You're
saying is
also
you're the coward.
You're also assuming that anybody pays attention to Gwen at the agency.
Yes.
No. Gwen's not the coward. Gwen's the Mark Cohen of the rent of the situation.
I mean, I don't
Which is
know
to
that
say-
Gwen is definitely the good guys, but I don't know.
I'm the realist.
She's the one of us that survives.
Hey, Cat.
Let's see what happens to everybody else.
The ones who are exposed to monsters and don't die usually doesn't end up great for them.
Okay. So Gwen's leaving and trying to call in an airstrike on Gary.
Church
Good
and
job.
Margie have already left this building in
Mhm.
order to summon the corpse back to the bodega. So we'll do Scrufflebutt and then we'll do Gary.
Cool. What's going on in this country club?
So you enter to the main room, or the, what do you call it? Like it's like the restaurant area, right? There's like a
Yeah.
greeting area. There's like a big wide open like fucking living room in the front of this country club.
lounge.
There's a lounge. Thank you. There's like the the fancy bathrooms that have changing rooms and stuff are off to
Mhm.
the side for people that want to get golfing. Off to the right are the the hotel style areas, like those big rooms that can be rented out for stuff.
Yep.
And you hear the sound of dining, and you smell brunch and lovely foods deeper
Brunch.
into the country club.
Is there
Fancy
anything
plumbing.
that's like hitting my divine senses, or
All right, get a roll.
okay? I'm really bad at this. Which I guess, I mean, something's going to happen anyways. So,
Just fall the other side. You're fine.
yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, snap.
Boof.
More
I
XP.
forget, is 6
And
good?
Max.
No.
Yes,
Rolling a
it's
6 is good, but rolling a 1 next to that 6 and then -1 is less good.
Gotcha. Okay. So are you laughing at toe shifting?
Oh, God. I just pictured church with just one boot. I had completely forgotten about the missing boot.
I missed that boot.
Riding off into the sunset, and there's just like a brief tear being shed for your right boot. It was a nice one. It was like Red Wing, you know? You taking care of it.
Those are my good
do
boots.
you're not an all-powerful god,
No.
Bodega? How do the monsters know where you are?
Oh, I imagine they can like they see me as being unnatural with the capital U the same way I see them as being unnatural.
Okay.
So I mean, however, like they could sense something divine the same way I would sense something profane.
Okay. You see someone, like as you kind of stroll into the lounge, you see someone stick their head out of a nearby room,
Mhm.
like alarmedly.
Yep.
And look around up and down the hall.
Oh, so I like trip some sensor or whatever.
Yeah. And the person who's wearing like this like inner, I don't know what you call that, like a tiara, like a kind of like a fancy tiara, and like those ringlet curls sort of thing. Like looks at you, and their eyes light up, and then their head ducks back down into the hallway, and then 2 men in suits step out of the room and start walking towards you.
Okay.
And they've got like
I
dark
stop,
sunglasses on, and
tail straight up, backs arched, and like all the hair standing on end, and I hiss.
Okay. They don't slow down or stop.
Okay. Do they like have weapons, or are they just gonna like?
They don't have any weapons in their hands. They just
Okay.
look like large, imposing figures walking towards a cat.
Okay. So I mean, if they're going to do violence to me, then I'd like to resist that. But if they're gonna like pick me up and escort me elsewhere, then I'll allow that to happen.
They pick you up and take you outside.
Okay.
They
Is
kinda,
there
like,
any way
gently
I can
get
slip
your foot.
past them? So like just as they get to the door, I hop off and like dash into that room they were in.
Yeah, you can definitely roll to act under pressure. Can be cool.
Sweet. I can't keep rolling under. Terrible. Good. That's the same roll except better result.
Okay. So I'd say that the worst outcome is that you do not do it without them noticing.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay.
But yeah,
they
I
draw-
streak off down the hall.
They draw pistols and they say into their earpieces, "The cat is in the building," and then they go charging after you, trying to get a bead.
Mm-hmm. I'm
Gary.
like weaving between legs, and I'm gonna see if I can get in that door.
So that the other person was in.
Yeah.
Okay. Gary, what are you doing? Gwen has abandoned you.
Well, I got 2 hours to explore this building, so I'm gonna head down into the hole.
Nice.
Okay. I will send an actual text message to I don't know if actually I don't have names, but no matter.
Sure you
I
do.
might have church. Does church carry a cell? Does church have a pager?
Church absolutely has a pager.
You send a message to his pager, check your cell.
I'll look at my. I imagine I'm like driving the motorcycle or like riding the motorcycle, look at the pager, and I like flag down Marjorie, flag down Marge. You gotta. Can you make a call for me real quick?
Here's a dime.
Digging around in my coat pockets looking for some. Like, apparently Gary's texting. I don't know. He read and I'll like point it at Gwen, like Gary.
Okay. Okay, if I recall how pagers work, they do have the number. Don't they have the income, like the number that the page is being sent from?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a callback number for
It's been a long time since I've seen a pager.
I wish I could say the same. They make me carry one for work.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I will shake my head and roll my eyes, and I will add Gary as a contact and text him from my phone.
Yeah,
question mark.
Just shoot a quick message. Danger under the hospital. Have to investigate. Gwen ran.
Just Gwen banned
2 hours.
So church, I think we have to go back to what used to be a hospital. Sorry. Maybe you could set it on fire this time?
Visibly perk up a little bit at that idea. Alright, fine. What is Gary? Is Gary in trouble?
Gary is going to be investigating something that is underneath the hospital. It may be more danger, monsters, hostages, something. All of the above?
Great.
And also apparently Gwen just left him there.
Of course she did.
So,
man, you just cannot trust this generation with anything important. Okay.
It's you know how it is. It's because she's a paper pusher.
You're coming from somebody who is a librarian. That's hilarious.
Well, yes, but that doesn't mean I like all the red tape. You just have to make sure you sign your books out and bring them back.
Mm-hmm. Fees. It's all about fees.
All right, so you guys are going back to the hospital?
I guess we are, yeah.
Whatever. We're going back.
Go. Come on, I'll let you burn something. That's not a book.
How many books are in hospitals anyway? I mean,
Gary, you entered the you're heading in, or are you waiting for Church and Margie?
No, I need to go in because if someone crying in danger down there.
So you start following the tunnels, and it immediately goes from like poor lighting to black. Do you have any sort of handheld torch?
Cell phone.
So you turn the cell phone light on.
Yep.
Okay, so you got the cell phone light on, and you're creeping down the tunnels, and they're all like just too short, short for you to stand all the way up in. So you gotta crouch down. You got one hand on the side of the tunnel. You got your cell phone light, looking around. And you keep creeping forward, and you open out. The tunnel empties out into this large cavernous space, and you feel like you've walked for miles and miles and miles in the underground. And in this cavernous space, there is this shimmering. Hang on a second. I have to know what the laughter is about. No? Okay.
Aaron will get back to us, I guess.
It's a good session when you get at least two people to get the guffaws. All right. It opens up to this cavernous space, and you see these a ring of these black-clad people. They've got these robes on, like cultist robes. Like, what the shit? Like, people don't really wear cultist robes nowadays. And they've got they're like holding hands. And there's this giant ring of these people holding hands with their hoods up in these cultist robes. And they are standing around a glowing pool of this kind of green gold, like shimmering liquid stuff, which you recognize as a portal from the time that you went through it. And a few feet above them, there is like this bit of rock that kind of runs up to the side, so it's kind of like a cliff in front of the pool. And there's this makeshift plank that they have put out from this short cliff that goes towards the center of the pool. And there are more black-clad figures standing at the top of the cliff, taking people like in hospital gowns and orderlies and nurses and doctors, and they are ushering them along the plank and then throwing them into the portal.
I'm gonna start swinging.
Mr. Scrufflebutt, you sense that Gary's nearby.
I just go to him. Like, I imagine the cut is like, from the cat's perspective, I get through that doorway, I take a very brief look around, sense Gary, and just like teleport onto his shoulders.
So you get through that doorway before the guards are chasing you.
Yeah.
And you see this very brief glimpse of a lady in a very sparkly dress, like kind of a silvery, diamondy, it's kind of dress that like a Roaring 20s. Yes, it's like a Roaring 20s style flapper dress.
Mm-hmm.
And she looks like something out of The Great Gatsby.
Okay.
That's it. And she's got that 21st century like headset microphone. She's got her headset on, and she says, "So it's all going according to plan." Okay. All right. Yeah. Keep the sacrifices moving. Right. All right. Let me know when we're done.
Yeah, and then Zot down to Gary.
Right. And it's literally just like downwards.
Yeah. And then so there's cultists around?
Yeah, it certainly looks like cultists.
Okay.
But
I assume Gary is going to spring into action before I can, but
Gary is getting ready to fight. Scrufflebutt is getting ready to fight. We're at Church and Marjorie.
No, we haven't been able to make it back to the hospital yet.
Okay, so you're heading back to the hospital. Where's
Yep.
Gwen?
We drive fast.
In the car.
Oh, we
Okay.
have motorcycles.
Away from
So-
the hospital.
I have made it to wherever we parked, and like I am stowing my stuff, and I'm preparing like my field report from a minimum safe distance.
No, yeah, you're like back at the bodega at this point, right? Because you got in, you drove off, and Gary's wandered like 10 minutes worth of a couple miles.
I was gonna give him like I was gonna give him until I saw whatever was coming to drop the things before I left.
Okay. Yeah, so Gary doesn't come back. It's time. Because you said it was about 10 minutes, right?
Yep.
Okay. So you drive off?
I do. And just kind of, as the whatever is happening in the background, I just kind of shake my head and put it in drive and drive.
So Gwen drives off. Somehow, Church and Margie, you just miss Gwen. And you pull up to the hospital just in time to see it explode.
Great.
Church, you didn't get to light anything on fire.
Vampires. I feel like.
I mean, the second time, like
Whatever.
Marjorie
Yeah.
promised you something to light on fire, and now everything's already lit on fire.
That's deeply disappointing. Yeah, so I'll like stop short, throw the kickstand on the bike down, and get out a flask that just materializes apparently because I was in the hospital moments ago. Definitely not drinking isopropyl alcohol. And just drink and watch the hospital burn.
That's what Church would have wanted.
Marjorie, sadly, that corpse that your sect wanted was in the hospital when it went up.
Yeah, well.
Like, when is
At this
like
point,
what did they hit the is like a carpet bombing situation, or like is there a mushroom cloud? Like how hard did they hit the hospital?
Like
How much
let's
is
Like satellite strike, ion cannon.
Fuck, that's cool.
it?
This is some
Yeah.
GDI shit.
yeah, the Nod has infiltrated the hospital, so yeah, there's a massive amount of red light that comes down from the sky, and there's like a huge humming sound, and you all know what's coming after you start hearing that.
It's like the hairs on your arms and neck stand up, and you're like, I gotta go.
Is
and
this a
then
new
it's-
tech, or is this a thing that they've had since like the Cold War? Like is this a thing that I've seen done before?
Like the Cold War version of this is a laser small enough to assassinate someone from space. It's now big enough to blow up buildings, and there's like multiple smaller lasers that come down as well. So you've got the main strike that hits the entrance, and then you got like ancillary strikes that hits the secondary hospital wings. Yeah, and it just lights everything up, like in Fallout 4 when you use Helios. Helios 1, it's Fallout 3.
That was New Vegas, wasn't it?
Whatever it was a good game.
Pretty sure it was
yeah,
New Vegas.
It was New
Yeah.
Vegas. God, I miss New Vegas. They
was
should
really
remake
I think
that.
this is good stuff.
They should remake it. They should just continue that story forward. Anyways.
Yeah, make a new one of it. It'll
Well,
be awesome.
like they should
Make a
also
New
like
Vegas.
put it out again on PS4 so I could play it and then immediately play the sequel.
But I hate everyone in New Vegas, except for
That's why you kill them.
except for the lady that collects.
Wow,
Brother
I'm
to
sensing,
steal.
I'm sensing a theme with your like problem solving methods here, Gwen.
Hey, you have a hat. You won't sell it to me. I'm sorry. You have to die. This is the law of the wasteland. Give me your hat.
Or Algonquin
Delicious
Falls, which is
hats.
apparently now a wasteland.
Oh, so like you need a hospital for like community stability.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna wait the requisite amount of time for it to not get lasered.
Okay.
While drinking not isopropyl alcohol here in the parking lot. And then I'll sort of look at Marge and be like, well, we should go check that out.
So, like, is Gary incinerated? Am I incinerated? Or are we
Gary-
miles away?
You are miles away underground.
Good. Good to
So
know
there's
that
a-
the ion strike was utterly ineffective at stopping anything.
Well, I mean, destroy the hospital,
Mm-hmm.
burn it to the ground.
Yep.
You have no way back now. There's only but forward.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I can get out.
Yeah,
I'm fine.
butt forward.
You can take Gary with you. I mean,
Yeah.
Can I use magic to find them somehow? To
Yes.
see if they're still alive? I'm like, well, that Gary is clearly dead, but
Right.
like,
So
part
so
of the
next
process is to go
time-
find the body.
next time on Monster of the Week. ... Roll magic.
Dun, 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 dun.
So like, you've got. How does your magic work? Describe the process of you casting spells.
Like,
Like, do you have a crystal on a string over a puddle of chicken guts, or what is it?
He just gets
No.
really drunk.
and like I pour one out sort of in a circle around me, and then I stomp the can.
Are you Florida
Uh,
man?
Yes. I'm essentially Florida man, but also a wizard. Yeah, like all of I don't imagine that Church is like super wizardy. He just has like a lot of weird tricks he picked up, and they're very like rote and workmanlike when he does them. He's not like a magical innovator. He's like, I know how to do this thing. Fine, he's the chosen one. I can probably find that guy, and it'll be fine. And
So, like maybe like do you create like a rough voodoo doll sort of thing, and then like the beer is an offering to Jobu sort of thing, and then you
yeah, there you go.
pass the thing off, and the grass floats in the direction that Gary is, sort of thing.
Mhm. Yeah, I have like a troll doll that I keep in my pocket at all times. That like is the facsimile of the person, and then like for Gary, I make its face look dumber somehow, and the spirits know that's what we're after.
Or like maybe you got like a fingernail clipping of everybody, and you just like weave into the troll's hair.
Like I've on the DL, I've collected body parts, like shed body parts of people. But like Gary's the chosen one. Like I figure, especially since like wasn't our original backstory for these two, like I was the one that identified Gary as the chosen one. Like I feel like
you run a coffee shop. You could have easily had like backwash from leftover mugs or something for anyone.
Yeah. Like
It's
I figure Gary's probably
coffee.
Mm-hmm. Well, like Gary's probably like uniquely easy to track though, right? Like there's a lot of destiny in that kid, even though it's not really working out so far.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So you set up your quick summoning circle. You do your quick ritual. You throw the grass up in the air, and then it like swirls around you once, and then blows off in another direction, like to the northwest, sort of thing. Clearly indicating that Gary's alive.
Well, that's I'll make eye contact with Marge. Relief? And then I'll get back on my bike. In that direction.
Marjorie, your next time on Monster of the Week is there is like somewhere in the shadowy libraries of Alexandria or whatever, there is a meeting of hooded figures, and they say we were promised certain promises were made to us, and they have yet to arrive. It's like, don't worry, we'll deal with it. They'll know. They'll be reminded of the price of such minor acts of rebellion. It means nothing in the grander scheme of things, but they must be made to. They must be reminded of what the cost of failure is. The next scene is Gary and Mr. Scrufflebutt fighting through like throngs of black-clad vampire cultists as like a hand reaches out of the portal, like a cabin in the woods style hand reaches out of the portal and like drops on the ground to like pull itself out.
It's a good thing we lazed the hospital and not this.
And then Gwen, what's Gwen's teaser for next week?
She's totally filling out some paperwork,
so
and then
I think
burning it in the sink.
I think her thing is going to be like pulling out a backup phone and calling Marjorie and be like, "I have some bad news. I'm pretty sure Gary's dead." So
Redis Church is like, he's alive. The dumb idiot's alive.
Right.
The dumb idiot with that face I don't like.
Yeah.
I think it's Gwen filling out a coroner's report.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit.
The coroner's report.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. That's that. As I'm like, I have the
Well
phone,
done.
like, pushed up against my shoulder.
Perfect.
As I'm trying to write it, I'm like,
Well done.
Gary's dead. I know that's not, it's not great, and it wasn't how I expected this to go. Sorry, is not really, gonna cut it.
So
but-
when did Gwen pick up the cold trauma?
I was wondering that the whole time. I'm like,
It came with the
first of all,
promotion.
you had unstable ankle because you fired a fucking grenade launcher in a hospital.
I'm sorry, you weren't fighting blur bikers. I
Sure was a second later, like literally a second.
Yep.
Later. I was totally doing that thing. You know what happened? Not a grenade.
Yeah. Wait, you know what happened? You ran through the hole left by the grenade, and I shot. You're welcome. It's going to be employee review time. We're bringing everybody in, and we're going through everybody one by one.
It sure is. It sure is going to be employee review time real soon.
Aaron, proportionate response, Castillo.
Okay. I just want to reiterate,
who among
everyone,
us would not
my
fire?
middle name is literally going to be Impatience because this is one of my defining character traits.
Look, I just would like to point out that the guy who is literally famous for burning down libraries all over Europe
Yes.
is like, whoa, slow the fuck down.
Maybe slow your roll. Maybe. Maybe we rescue the civilians as opposed to incinerating a hospital where no one is.
Hey, church. Hey, church. Like father, like daughter?
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, there's some family resemblance there, for sure.
Alrighty.
We're hot-blooded.
All right. That was awesome. Thank you all very much. I believe we should be wrapping it up right now.
Is there end of session stuff in this game?
Yes.
Yeah, there's like experience and stuff.
Oh, good. So I just need one.
You
Did
should have
we,
failed more.
did we conclude the current mystery?
No.
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 Did we save
Well-
someone from certain death or worse?
Gary.
Yes, that nurse.
Gary.
No,
Did
You did not
you just
save that
save them?
We
I
did
know.
not
kept her
save the nurse.
I kept her in the room
Yes.
before the hallway exploded. She
Mhm.
would have died. It would have been a certain death.
but
Yeah, and now
how-
she's
yeah, how long
kidnapped and being
I can't
sacrificed to a
control
hell dimension.
teleporters.
I mean,
time scale are we operating on? Because yes, for like 30 seconds, you save that nurse from
no,
certain death.
no, you forestalled it. You kicked a can
see.
down a hallway.
I saved church with whole
Nope.
application to hallways.
Nope.
I saved the town by getting rid of that haunted hospital. I saved Gary the embarrassment of failing his mission by killing him with an ion cannon.
Listen,
So this
When-
sounds like
when
Gwen loses
my-
XP?
So hang on.
when Church finally dies, my next character is just going to be a sentient mission accomplished banner. That's going to follow Gwen around.
Detach the tail of Mr. Scrufflebutt.
Yeah.
With 3 and 4 at least are easy. Did we learn something new and important about the world?
Yes.
Vampires exist and they're just emo mutants.
Yeah, we defined them. They are right there on the page for everyone to see. So that's new and interesting.
Well, and also that Church knows how to operate a motorcycle barefoot.
It's true. I'm pretty good at it. I'm good
Toe
at it.
clutch.
Oh, excuse me.
Hey, this will give me enough XP to level up, and I want to take Leave No One Behind.
I don't.
No.
I don't think you can.
Level up or trauma out. Which
Yeah.
one was it?
Yeah.
Did we learn something new and important about one of the hunters?
Yes.
It is the loosest of
Gwen.
canon, is what we learned.
Holy what?
I'm sorry, Marjorie. I think you should go first here.
Oh, no, I'm pretty sure that anyone can say what I would like to say about Gwen just driving off and burning the hospital down.
I would
I mean,
like to state for the record that I did not burn the hospital down. A laser from space did. And if you haven't seen before, I'm not a laser from space.
I just want to point out that Gwen's history with me is that I'm a hazard to your policies. I'm the
Like-
hazard.
Well, yeah.
Well, it's because occasionally people live through encounters
Right.
with you. It's clearly against policy.
I save lives.
You come to me for advice on mortal stuff, like being reckless and sex.
I kind of want to change my contact for Mortal Affairs to, like, not
Yeah,
actually a
Doesn't
hero.
have scorched earth policy.
Well, because I'm a stalker and also possibly a mass murderer at this point, so I'm a shining beacon of humanity.
The possibly in that sentence is doing a lot of heavy lifting.
Yeah.
Hospitals don't count as
Like there's
people.
not a
it's
ton of wiggle room there, actually.
Yeah.
fine. Name one human I've shot with a grenade launcher aside from Gary.
Church?
I don't think so.
Pretty sure you've
I-
exploded
Definitely.
Church.
Church
don't know
got
if we
cat
ever-
blinked out.
Named Gwen's agency, but it could just be Hydra, for all we know.
Yep. Yep.
That's kind of good.
Are you not in Hydra? Like, you were recruited into a shadowy organization within a government organization that
With virtually
ostensibly
unlimited
exists
power and resources.
to protect humanity from threats we don't understand.
Yeah, and
Like, you're
enforces
in
normalcy.
Hydra.
we're all in
Enforcing
Hydra now.
normalcy was a thing. Also,
It's a bad
space
place.
fucking lasers.
Yeah, that's a very sword thing. You're in Hydra. You're in Hydra.
Sorry.
Jay, she's a
That
rising star in Hydra.
That explains the creepy emblem on all the uniforms. Huh. Anyway, are
We're
there more
trying to
XP
acquire
boxes?
monsters instead of
I think
Destroy
we only
them.
get 1 XP.
Please, enough to party.
so we get at least one, right? Because
Yeah,
you
one.
did we've answered yes twice,
Mhm.
and then maybe a yes on did we save someone from certain death or worse?
That's a no.
Okay, so we got one vote, no vote. Church.
I kind of feel like we didn't. No.
Who? Name them. Name the person who existed at the beginning of the session that still exists at the end of the session that's not in this chat window right now. No, I did not have him.
Okay, so 1 XP.
Awesome.
That's fair.
Yay,
I
Kalimba!
Rolls tonight. I got 1 experience. That was amazing. Okay.
I got 4 tonight.
Yeah, I got 4 as well.
God, I got 3.
Good. Get on my level, yo.
So
Right?
many fails.
And I did end up
Didn't
taking
roll
that,
enough.
that Claws of the Beast instead of Lay on Hands.
Claws is good stuff.
Well, I mean, it fits the theme better.
Mhm.
Anyways.
Jesus.
Thanks for coming, everybody. Thanks for watching us on Twitch. I'll be throwing this up on YouTube shortly. And, yeah, let's, like, share, subscribe, get the word out there. It all helps. Gore Criminal is really good. That is really, really good. Wow. I think that's about as good an ending as we're going to get. So good night, everybody. And yeah. That one's also really good, but I'm not saying it. Just read chat on YouTube. Good night.
Henry Glinsinger.
Yeah.